Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. It's the Sean Mance show. Time to steal the show. Talk games and jokes. Yeah, you already know. Random guests, hot seat. We're ready to flow. Talk games and jokes. It's the Sean Mance show. We got the random vibes keeping you on your toes. Hot seat through.
All right, there you go. Welcome to the show. All right, so good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Talks, Games, Jokes, the Sean Mance Show. I'm your host, Sean Mance, the guy who thinks life is one big game show, but with more weird headlines and a fewer actual rules. If this is your first time tuning in, buckle up because you're about to go for a ride. You've been with us before, well, you already know it's going to be unpredictable, hilarious, probably a little bit strange, but hey, that's why we're all here, right? Tonight, we've got an episode that's a little out there. Literally, our main theme for tonight is bizarre conspiracy theories, fact or fiction. That's right. We also got a little bit of weird laws. That's right. We're diving into deep, weirdest, wildest, the most boggling conspiracy laws, theories floating around. From secret lizard people controlling world governments to pigeons being government surveillance drones. Yes, that's the real thing. Theory. Nothing is off the table. So grab a snack, get comfortable, be prepared, have a mind blown because you're about to explore the thin line between reality and absolute madness. And as always, we'll throw in some last games and maybe even a guest or two will confirm whether or not their shadow is secretly an alien spy. Let's get the show started. There you go. Well, let's introduce the guest. All right, folks, it's time to introduce tonight's lineup of characters. I mean, guest. They are people who are about to help me navigate the wild world, conspiracy theories, weird laws, and whatever other craziness has stumbled into tonight. So without further ado, let's meet the crew. First up, we got DJ. DJ is the kind of guy who can turn a mundane situation into a party. No, seriously, he once convinced a group of senior citizens at a bingo hall to break out into an impromptu rave. He's got more energy than a Red Bull-fueled squirrel, and when he's not spinning tracks that makes grandma want to dance, he's probably trying to convince someone that the earth is actually shaped like a taco. DJ, welcome to the show. Please don't start a rave in here, though my insurance does not cover that.
I'll try my best.
There you go.
What insurance?
Yeah,
right. So next up, we've got Michael. Michael's the guy who knows a little bit more about everything, and I mean everything. You need a fact about ancient Egypt? He's got it. Want to know about pigeons are actually spies? He's got the whole PowerPoint presentation ready. But don't let Jeff fool you. Michael also the guy who once tried to cook a frozen pizza without removing the plastic. I guess even geniuses have their days off, right? Glad to have him on board. Michael, just remember, no pizza cooking during the show. Again, our insurance does not cover that. Disclaimer, we have no insurance. And now let's welcome Jackie. Jackie is like a superhuman Swiss Army knife. She can do a little bit of everything, and she does it all with a smile. Whether she's convincing you that Bigfoot is a real or that she's seen the Loch Ness Monster while on vacation, Jackie is also ready with a story that makes you wonder if she's just messing with you or if she actually knows something you don't. And the best part, Jackie's the queen of random knowledge, but she can also bake a cake that will make you see stars. Conspiracy or not, welcome, Jackie. I'm expecting some mind-blowing theories and maybe a recipe or two. Last but definitely not least, we have Christian. Christian is a person who is in your corner during a zombie apocalypse because he's got a plan for everything. He once built an emergency bunker out of a pool noodles. Love to see that. And don't ask how, just know that it worked. When he's not preparing for the next alien invasion, Christian now can be found debunking myths and turning the most bizarre conspiracy theories into the most logical explanations. He's smart, he's tough, and I'm pretty sure he has the secret to time travel written down somewhere. Christian, welcome to the chaos. Feel free to take us on a trip through your time whenever you are ready. There you go. All right. Before we dive into the world of weird laws and bizarre conspiracy theories, let's kick off a few jokes to set the mood. And after all, if we're going to talk about lizard people and illegal donkeys napping, we've got to start with a laugh, right? So here we go with some icebreaker jokes. Joke number one. You know, in Arizona, it is illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub. I mean, who let that happen in the first place? Somewhere out there, there's a donkey with dreams of a nice bubble bath just being crushed by the system.
I mean, bring him inside. That's what I say.
Oh, and just in case you guys don't want to laugh at my jokes, I brought my own laugh track. All right, there we go.
So corny.
And a rule of thing is when it comes to laugh tracks, most of the people that are laughing on the track are actually dead. Just don't let that bother tonight, though. So, speaking of wild laws, did you hear that Georgia is illegal to tie a giraffe to a telephone pole? Now, I have so many questions. First of all, where are all the giraffes coming from? And secondly, what's the phone plan like for a giraffe? Unlimited roaming? That was the cell phone joke.
I wouldn't think it would be unlimited roaming, considering that it's literally tied to a pole. It's not roaming anywhere.
Definitely.
Hey,
I have a
not
joke
that's
for
sure.
you.
Was that Michael?
I have a joke for you,
Go
and
ahead.
I just noticed it. I am not Harry Potter, even though I have the glasses, and the crease looks like a scar in the middle of my forehead. You never know just what you really look like until you see yourself in HD, man.
I know, right? Jackie still doesn't know what she looks like. She's in the dark.
She's definitely locked in a basement somewhere.
Christian's waiting
I'll
outside.
put the lotion in the basket, Chris.
Christian looks like he's moonlighting as an Uber driver, just waiting for a ping.
Yeah, it literally looks like he's sitting in traffic right now, just hogging a green light. That's all I see is a green in your face and someone behind you. I'm surprised we can't hear the cars honking.
Now it's a blue light. The blue light special.
Oh, cops finally are telling him to move out of the.
All of a sudden, you start seeing the cherries behind him.
You see the light? Go towards it. Go towards it, Chris.
Right there. Then there's a classic conspiracy theory that birds aren't real. They're actually government drones, which let me tell you, explains a lot about why pigeons never pay rent and always seem to be watching me when I'm eating outside.
Probably one of the most ignorant theories that I've heard. I've heard about that before, and it's like it's more mind blowing that people believe that than it is to be an actual theory. Like there's people that are like in a cult that really honestly believe that, you know, that's a thing. Like they actually go out and purposely hunt and try and trap doves or birds or whatever, and actively try and kill them and dissect them to try and find the cameras, and they have yet to find them.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's funny when Jackie talks. It's like all of a sudden she just appears.
Yeah.
It's like
there you go. She's like your reverse fairy godmother.
I think for now on, if Jackie's on the show, she's got to be just complete darkness like that. It's got to that adds the element to the show.
Adds the
I
mystique.
have my car light on.
You have your car light on?
Yeah.
I
don't
thought I
see
saw a lighter shade of gray.
50 Shades of Gray.
There you go.
Let's
Still
see.
one
You know,
Speaking
I
of
still haven't read
pigeons,
it, and I never will.
yeah. Speaking of
Right.
pigeons, you guys ever see Animaniacs? The three pigeons that were like Joe Pesci and all the other.
Yeah.
That was a funny show.
I've seen that.
That's old school. I haven't seen that show since I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. That's how I got through. What was it? Was it history class when we were learning about the states? That video is literally what got me.
Oh.
Like, all the capitals of all the states, whatever, and it like rattles on and on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Jeez. All right. So we'll just got the icebreaker jokes that are terrible. We'll blame ChatGPT on those. So this week's main topic is going to blow our minds. The weirdest laws you've never knew existed. We're talking about strange, outdated, or just plain ridiculous laws that are still on the books across the country. From being fined for having ice cream cones in our back pockets to being arrested for whistling after 10 p.m. in certain states, these laws will leave you wondering how they ever came to be.
You know, talking about the strange laws, I have a shirt that literally says, "I'm going to call the cops." If you should have told me about like what the topic should have been, I would have worn that. It would have fit absolutely perfect with this whole theme.
I think it was like the last show we were talking, and I thought of an actual shirt that I'm just gonna make. It says, "Don't call 911."
I wish I could actually wear that shirt while I'm working.
Yeah. When you call 911, DJ comes.
I am 911.
He is 911. So that hints why we had to move the show a couple days different. So the guy that does 911 could attend the show.
Yep, and we're not talking about that TV show.
Well, no, that show's
no. There's a new one. There's a new one out. It's called 911, and it has a lot of famous actors and actresses in it right now. So now, of course, it glamorizes it. The jobs are usually a lot quicker and a lot uglier, from what little I know about 911 firefighting.
Yeah, I get like why they have to over dramatize
The
everything.
makeup situations for the drama, yeah.
Yeah, like it's always funny too how they have the scenes where they're like go in the buildings and there's literally fire around everywhere, and they can see the whole house. It's like fire everywhere. That's not real. That's not how structure fires work or fires anywhere. Like there's going to be smoke so thick you can't even see your hand in front of your face. It's not going to walk.
Yeah, the scariest thing is that usually by the time you actually see the fire, you're already dead.
Yeah, if you don't have the proper equipment. Yeah, the smoke will get to you before the fire does.
Stop, drop, and roll, right?
Yeah,
That's all you got to do. Stop, drop, and roll. Put yourself
Keep
out.
it low,
Pretty
keep it
smoky.
low.
Yep, low and slow.
Low and slow. So,
I got
no,
Smokey
I was
Bear.
actually just kind of, I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the show. I watched an episode of it last night, but Chopper Cops. Have you seen that?
Dude, that's legit. That's
it's Marion County.
Yeah, that's our sheriff's department.
Yeah,
And,
so
it was super cool. Like, and funny enough, the first episode that immediately reels you in, where they show the guy and SWAT comes up on him, and obviously, he's not with us anymore. But, F around and find out. Well, he sure did. But where it happened, they actually, Lake County Sheriff's, it was in Lake County. Lake County Sheriff's asked for mutual aid from Marion County, and they have the choppers that have the infrared, so they can see like heat signatures and stuff. And my fiance, she works dispatch for Lake County Sheriff's, and she told me about that call, like way before I even knew about the show or whatnot. Like actually, some of my coworkers were like, "Oh, dude, we should watch this." So we watched at the station, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was texting her while watching the show. I'm like, "Yo, is this this, and that?" She's like, "Yeah." And sure enough, it ended up being the call that she told. That whole scenario she told me about. I got to see it live there on TV. It was absolutely insane. Because she made she's like, "Yeah, they lit them up," and I'm like, "Oh, this doesn't really look like it." And then when you see all the rounds popping out of their weapons, I'm like, "Oh my god, they freaking lit them up." But, I mean, you don't point a gun and fire at law enforcement when you're already being looked for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
play stupid games, win stupid prizes, people.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool.
That's always a thing. It does exist.
I'm sure that when you're a firefighter, you've seen some ridiculous stuff. Because people, you wouldn't think this. You think you'd be just in it to save yourself, but people get really intense about their things when there's a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save my puppy.
Sometimes. Oh, so the funny story about that. Have any of you ever seen cat bones in a tree?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
we don't. Yeah, we don't. At least my department, we don't save cats out of trees. We don't waste our time with that.
We just let them die.
That's not a real thing. There's like 1 in a million chances in some
Take a
other
cat down
departments,
from a tree.
like where they may do it. Like I just seen a video on TikTok where
It's a PR thing. Maybe it's a
department-
PR thing.
Yeah, just make it so
That's it.
But it's not a real thing. We don't do that. We do not do that. 'Cause they'll come down. They always do. They got up. They can get.
I actually do have a question. So when you guys are like right behind us, right? Are you just trying to get us to move over so y'all can go poop, or are y'all running our plates? I'm asking, like, not making fun of y'all.
I don't know.
He's-
That's. I'm not a cop.
That's the fire department.
Oh, wait, I thought you said you were fire
No.
department.
No.
I'm fire.
She's got a whole truck of people that have to go poop really good. They got like 5 or 6 guys in there.
No, I'm fire. My fiance works for the sheriff's office, but she's a dispatcher.
Oh, okay,
She's
that's
not
where I got
on
it
the
mixed
road.
up at.
But she works on the police side of dispatch, not the fire side of dispatch. So she.
Man, the stuff they deal with in Ocala, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I work for the department surrounding Ocala. She works in Lake County. I work.
Oh,
for
that's
Marion.
even worse.
Well, the thing is there are a lot of good cops in Ocala, but there are also a lot of good old boys who know some people, and they're not going to do much heavy lifting when it comes to doing a lot of good cop work. But there are also a lot of good cops out there too. I don't want to say there isn't, but it's good and bad.
No.
You just got to be aware of both and mind your P's and Q's.
Well, no, I mean like the crime rate, because Lake County's crime rate is worse than Ocala's, I'd like to think.
I'd love to know what the Village's crime rate is.
Probably really high up there too, bro.
I'd have to ask my fiance about that. It's kind of villages is kind of weird because the villages itself is spread across 3 different counties, Lake, Sumter, and Marion. So you have
Like a cancer.
yeah, and it's still spreading. It's got God's waiting room, But
And to anybody who
God's
visits
waiting room.
Florida,
yeah,
Pretty soon we're
it
not gonna
isn't
have
just
Florida
like
anymore. We're just gonna have the villages.
no,
So you have the
Bring on the
green
anybody
loofahs.
threads,
who
the
like
blue threads, the
goes
white
to
threads.
visit. That loofah thing is real. I'm not joking. Like, if
Ew.
anybody, like, if you watch this and you come to the villages, understand something. Those loofahs do mean everything that you were told they mean.
We're gonna do a
They
whole
hardy in the
We're gonna do a
villages.
whole podcast on the loofah thing.
We
We're
need to.
gonna
We
do
need
a
to.
whole.
And the funny thing is
No.
Yeah. This is
just
it.
to jump in.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, $5 says that that even though they use loofahs, they probably never take showers with them because some of these people smell. You bought loofahs and you're not going to use them.
Yeah, it's crazy, but they don't just use the loofahs. How high up their garage door is open or closed is an indication of something. If you see,
No.
yeah, yep.
Ew.
So before I joined the fire department, I used to deliver cabinets to all the new housing in the villages. So I used to work around a bunch of any type of crew you can think of, framers, construction, the whole nine. Running into random people, talking to them and their stories and stuff. Now, the garage door, if it's halfway or 3/4 or a quarter open or closed, that means something. If you see a house that has like the different color lights outside their house means something too. And the pineapples are a big thing. The pineapple,
Yeah.
Ew.
The
for like the
pineapple.
swingers or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a swingers thing.
Oh,
It's
they're.
wild.
It just came up on my. I was watching YouTube the other day and an ad came up. It's for. Oh my God, what was it? It was pineapple. The
Was
what?
it that stupid cruise thing that they got going on for swingers?
No. It's a like a insurance or pineapple care.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
You do know why they chose pineapples, right?
Well, no, this is out of Orlando, so it's not. It has nothing to do with the villages. Hold on. Oh, medical insurance. Okay, so it was an advertisement for pineapple medical insurance, and their slogan was a certain thing. I can't remember what it was, but the funny thing about it was, I said, could you imagine going to the villages door to door to sell the medical insurance, pineapple medical insurance? I think they're already covered.
You know how many people would sign up for that in a second in the villages?
Yeah, that's our new job. Door to door pineapple medical insurance in the villages. They'll think they
Want to hear a
they'll
random fact
We
about
bank
pineapples?
SpongeBob
Wanna hear
SquarePants edition.
It's a little bit raunchy, so I'll censor myself a little bit. I'm not sure what's permissible on a podcast. But just to let you know, dudes who eat a lot of pineapple, the stuff that guys have that leads to kids, the taste gets sweeter. It's not bitter. That's what happens when getting dudes eat pineapples.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard it for both ways, but
Both ways.
I knew it work on ladies. It
I
didn't
hear it
work on
works on
guys though.
Yeah, I've heard both.
All right.
There you go. Interesting fact. There you
Speaking
go.
of, since we're talking about the villages, we're speaking of weird stuff, but
Yeah.
let's talk about the weird laws, right? But
The weird laws. There you go.
15 weird laws, why they exist. Alabama, it is illegal to wear a fake mustache in church to avoid causing laughter. A fake mustache in church. So,
Good thing mine's real.
yep, there you go.
No Ned
So
Flanders.
Get the beard wax to prove it. The mustache wax. Sorry, mustache
Yes,
wax.
sir.
All right. So this law originated to maintain decorum during religious services, ensuring people aren't distracted by silly antics.
Does anyone remember the Groucho mask with the mustache and the glasses and the googly eyes?
Yeah, and the massive nose.
Yeah, honk honk.
Because nothing ruins a good spiritual experiment or experience faster than a
Experiment.
fake It was an experiment for the faster than a fake handlebar mustache.
I don't know. There's so many other fake things there. Why not add a mustache?
Yeah, I've seen some already weird looking people with real hair in church. So I don't think most people don't have to wear anything fake in order to look funny.
I've literally seen someone running around a church foaming at the mouth. Oh, it's the Holy Spirit. No, she just got wrapped up in the crazy and got a little crowd drunk. That's all.
You got air rabies.
Starbucks extra foam.
Put some extra cold foam on there, please.
Scary. Yeah, any law enforcement person can tell you, people in a crowd are to be feared. You know, individuals are fine, but crowds, oh boy.
Except for mosh pits.
Somebody put
And nitro
fentanyl on the
cold brew.
donuts.
Blueberry flavored Dunkin' Donuts coffee latte.
Ew.
Fentanyl flavored.
Hey, you've never tried it. That blueberry coffee tastes really good. I don't know why it tastes. Hey, if you're gonna have a blueberry donut and have it taste good, why not blueberry flavored coffee?
I've had blueberry flavored lattes. They're good.
The Wawa does it every once in a while. They have like a blueberry cobbler or whatever coffee at Wawa is pretty good. I'm excited, guys, for pumpkin spice. I'm a white bitch when it comes to pumpkin spice.
Oh my god, I kill
No,
for a
is
peach
it already
cobbler.
that
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Do it.
White
Do it,
girls,
Bobby.
hold on to your skirts. Or the pumpkin latte is back in just a few more weeks.
Cannot wait.
Just so you know, Starbucks, not every blonde girl is like this, because I actually do not like your product. Sorry.
Well, what about the pumpkin spice season, Jackie? There's pumpkin spice. There's pumpkin pie M&Ms. I just saw it the other day.
Yeah.
I
Oh
had
man, they got it
those.
overkill, man.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
can't
No,
do
I
some
Come
of,
on,
some of that
dude.
stuff. It's
There's
just
better
overkill.
things than pumpkin spice, people. Come on.
I had the
Like,
pumpkin
it's-
spice.
You know
M&Ms,
what?
though.
If somehow pumpkin spice could not become mainstream, I'm sure Jackie would like it. It's like reverse psychology. Just make it against the rules to have pumpkin
coconut?
spice, and she'll have it.
No, coconut all the way. 100%
There you
coconut.
go.
Oh, I love some coconut.
Coconut shrimp.
You ever have coconut gelato? Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh,
it's the
sounds
best, especially when it's
It's real
homemade.
coconut flakes and ice cream. It's so good.
Ooh,
Well, it's not really ice cream. It's more like a
Well,
sherbet.
There's a brand
gelato
of,
has more cream than any other ice cream. It's
True.
like less ice and more cream.
there's this one company
touche.
that makes ice cream bars that are like fruit. Like you have strawberry or coconut or mango.
Oh, I've had that one.
And I can't remember
That's
the name,
good.
but sometime when like we go transport to the hospitals in their break rooms and stuff, they have them and they're freaking fantastic.
Yeah, they sell it at
Coconut
Winn-Dixie. It's
so
really good.
So good.
And
Yeah.
Publix.
Oh, Publix is pricier. I'd rather go to Winn-Dixie.
I make them price match. I got them.
Only
I
doctors and rescue responders have the money to go to Publix all the time.
Well, I can't write, so I guess I'm a doctor.
There you go.
You're dragging, guys.
I don't know. I like Winn-Dixie now just because everything
Double D.
BOGO. You can't beat BOGOs. That saves money.
I tell you, like I always used to tell my employees all the time, you know, the BOGO deal on the possum sandwiches is not a good deal.
And the thing about Winn-Dixies is like a lot of people don't like Winn-Dixie because if you look, it's like a dollar store. The ones that are everywhere, you have to pinpoint which ones are good. Like the one in the Villages that I go to, that's not far from here. It's good. It's a nice
The
store.
pineapples are phenomenal there.
But
You know-
you go up into the Winn-Dixie up in the Ocala National Forest. The
Yeah, no
people in the
thanks.
surrounding area kind of give that store a bad reputation.
Isn't there like, I know for between here and Palm Coast, it's called something like Crackerhead Road or something like that, or like you don't go down that road. That's like literally driving probably like the worst street in Chicago.
Yeah, I've never heard.
Well,
of
you know, the
It's
Rainbow
a
people
forest.
usually go to Silver Springs a lot. You ever
Yeah,
heard of the Rainbow
I've
people?
heard of the Rainbow
Yeah.
people. I've heard of
And
that.
all the years that I've gone out and doing trail riding and off-roading out in the Ocala National Forest, since I was like a teenager, I have yet to run into any Rainbow people. Like, and even in my department, like they'll send out a memo like, "Hey, they're back in town. Like, use caution if you have any medical calls. Like, have the SO come out because some of them can get crazy." But I've still yet to ever see a Rainbow person. I've seen their vehicles, which are extremely interesting, but never like those people. I've never had. to
You'll
interact with
smell them
Thank
before
God.
you see them.
I'm sure, just like most people that live out in that whole forest area.
It's 100% true too. You actually will.
They don't wash.
Yeah, that was
Goes
like
against their religion.
was it? Yeah, no, okay. So like watching Chopper Cops, they said they said between 2018 and 2022, over 1,180 people have gone missing in the Ocala forest, and many of them haven't been found.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of
I'm
people
not
go
going to
missing.
the Ocala forest.
They still find. I don't know how true it is now, but I know like years ago I heard that they still find bodies and stuff like bones and stuff out there.
Well, New Jersey has
Jason's
the landfill
back.
and Florida has the forest.
We have Jason.
The Hudson, the,
Bro,
the,
bro, I'm from Jersey, yeah, bro. We
What's
may
even-
be the garbage state, but come on, bro.
What's even crazier
They got
is,
Saw.
is talking about like, the Ocala National Forest and people going missing there, dude. You should see and hear about the people that go missing out in the Everglades. You want a spot to freaking dump a body and get rid of it. That's the spot. It's
A lot of good
way
sinkholes
more
over
remote.
there.
Not only that, but
Got
the
Leatherface
Spring
over
Hill.
there.
the marsh bogs and all the critters and stuff out there. It's so hard to go out there and find bodies just because it's all marsh. If a gator won't eat it, pigs will probably get to it, like wild hogs.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the body will just rot under a marsh bog. Like that's a
Oh, yeah.
proper spot to get rid of somebody if you really want to.
Yeah.
you don't.
I'm not saying do that, so don't take my advice.
No.
But
Kids,
It
do not try
depends.
this at home.
Yeah. One thing, like you do know that swamps have a lot of mud and stuff that preserves bodies. So bodies can be in spots without a lot of oxygen and not decompose that much. So they're pretty fresh when they're discovered. Some of them.
Yeah, it's like there's a ancient.
Give me 1 second. There's somebody in my backyard. I'll be right back.
There's
Bring the shotgun.
There's like an Indian tribe from ancient times or whatever that they used peat bogs to actually mummify their relatives,
Yeah.
their friends and relatives and stuff, and they find them and their bodies are like actual mummies. It's absolutely crazy.
Oh, speaking of Florida, it is illegal to sing in public while wearing a swimsuit.
Well, I'm sure we've all done that.
This law probably aimed to prevent lewd behavior or distractions on the beach.
That happens all the
High
time.
School Musical too.
How many people?
Maybe
party
if
at
they
their-
stopped having guys over 400 pounds wearing banana hammocks.
So what?
I feel like that's more of a distraction than singing.
Because apparently
it goes both ways.
Yeah.
There's some women I've seen that it's like, okay, you probably might.
Oh, I've seen those in Walmart. Are you kidding? Not even not even the beach.
I've seen them in
I know exactly where you guys are talking about all the time.
Coconut hammocks.
Yeah.
And the thing is when I can see the craters in your butt with all the cellulite, you don't need to be flashing that in public. It's like watching cottage cheese move up and down.
Don't try to save yourself from the suspender defenders.
Yeah, because apparently beach karaoke is the real threat to society, not the alligators.
That must be a law that's like not enforced because every person hardly you see at the beach. I mean, all the parties and stuff you see in the beaches of Florida, like everyone's playing music, singing, dancing, like having a good time. I mean, come on. How was that?
Except during spring break when they're shooting people.
That's everywhere though. That can happen.
That's one thing about Florida.
Easy.
It can happen everywhere.
Yeah.
Like in Illinois, you're like,
Florida.
if you stay here, you're safe. If you go that way, it's probably not good. If you go this way, you'll be pretty safe. Florida, it could happen anywhere. Stay strapped.
I still remember both.
California. So in California, it is illegal to whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m.
What do you have to do to make a law like that?
Yeah, I want to know how these laws have come to power if they're even a real thing. There's no way that they're actually.
It was probably a quiet day.
Likely created to prevent noise disturbances before the early hours. That's it. Because nothing wakes up a neighborhood quite like a heartfelt bald to a runaway bird.
What press officer or government official had to go out his way to be like?
All it takes is one asshole to ruin the bunch. My guess is some of these outrageous laws were built in a time where, communities were smaller and individuals would do some really stupid crap. And so you literally have a law saying, hey, don't do that.
Probably on Independence
Just when you get fed up.
It still doesn't make sense. Like there's cars in other things around that are way louder than somebody whistling. So
But there's a
Extremely-
state that outlaws wearing masks during certain times of the year.
Florida needs
Good for
that law.
them.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, masks? Well, yeah, because when you wear a mask, you feel like you're free to do whatever you want because you don't think anyone can identify you.
They say that till they see the tag of their car.
Yeah, didn't say they were smart.
every time I see someone with a mask now, which like if you guys want to wear a mask, it's fine. It doesn't affect me in any way.
Oh, when I see someone wearing a hood
But-
in the store, oh yeah.
But like all the people that are still wearing masks, thinking that oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get sick. It's like I look at them and I'm like, oh, saving the world. When really it's
Sunglasses
not
indoors.
doing anything.
Fun fact: I was on West Colonial a couple days ago. I thought I was sure as hell gonna get robbed, and then all of a sudden, the guy pulls up me with a black ski mask, and I was thinking to myself, "Oh God, here it comes again." And no, turns out he robbed someone else to try to sell me jewelry. He gave me a steal on it too. I ain't gonna lie.
Were you offended? Like, am I not good enough to be stolen from?
I said, "Sir, I'm offended. I'll give you 2 for $80 right now. Come give me that."
A guy wearing a ski mask in Florida. You know damn well something's going down. Or
Yeah.
it's just a normal day in Florida.
His cash
Typical
app is
normal day.
Hustle Goon.
Well, chances are it was under 80 degrees because over in the villages their hearts beat a couple times a week, so if it gets under 80 degrees they start shivering.
Oh my God, the people's houses that I've walked into on calls, and it's a heat index of over 100 degrees outside. And we walk in
yeah.
the house and they don't have the AC
It's hotter.
on, or it's like
It's
84
hotter.
degrees. I'm like, they're like, oh, I've got a fever. I'm burning up. And well, no shit. You're covered up in blankets and you don't have the AC on, or if they do have the AC on, it's at 80 to 84 degrees. Like
They're trying to save on power.
No
They're trying to
shit,
save
man.
My
on freaking
grandparents
power.
were culprits of that, man. They would be in that house. It's hotter in the house than it was outside. Oh, we're cold.
Yeah, it doesn't make
It
any
is
sense.
112 degrees, Grandma.
Like I can understand why.
Grandma's
Like when you
crazy.
get older, like
Yeah,
your
you
skin
get
doesn't
more
regulate.
brittle, but
Your skin temperature doesn't regulate like it should. And half these people are on so many medications. If you were to give all their meds to like an animal, it'd probably kill them. And then they're on blood thinners,
Oh, yeah.
so like they're on blood
100%.
thinners, and then their body just can't regulate temperature. I can understand why they're being cold, but golly, like if you're calling me because you have a fever, you don't feel good, you're burning up, well, and then you ask them, well, if you drink enough water, well, I had like a soda earlier, or like 1 cup of coffee. It's like, dude, unwrap yourself, turn your AC on, unwrap yourself from all your blankets, and freaking drink some water, some ice water.
I hate to
Like,
say
like
it,
it.
but
I
feel
Stop
idiocracy
drinking
is
all the
slowly
diuretics.
coming to fruition.
I drank some coffee earlier. I dehydrated myself earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, has anybody here seen the movie Idiocracy?
It's been a while, but I know
Sounds
you're talking
familiar.
about.
Sounds
Okay, we're
familiar.
headed right there. We're already there. Like we're gonna start seeing people water their plants with Gatorade sooner or later.
Electrolytes.
Yeah. I mean,
mean-
it's sad. I don't think it's gonna get any better because common sense is already out the window. Apparently.
So, what flavor do you think the plants would like, Jackie?
Definitely
Yellow
pineapple.
all the way.
Hey,
What are you
ready?
talking
Hold
about?
on. Hold on. Do not water your plants with the Gatorade named Frost.
Oh.
10 out of 10, but I'll drink it anyway.
Although I do like Frost, for Gatorade. But what happens to plants when they get
Frost
Frost? There you go.
Super
So,
effective.
did you know in Georgia it is illegal to keep an ice cream cone in your back pocket on Sundays?
Yes, I actually did know that one.
And why is that, Jackie?
TikTok.
You might sit on the
better to
pew
do on my free
in
time
No,
at
I
work.
meant what is the reason that law exists?
Oh, not the
People
reason.
sat on their ice cream in church.
I would love to know. Somebody
All
probably
right.
got arrested and smeared it all over the back.
It gotta be chocolate.
Well, you used to, like, back in the day, when you go to the ice cream truck and you buy an extra one, 9 times out of 10, you actually do put it in your back pocket. I've done it when I was a kid.
Wow. What's that ice
I've
cream
never done
sandwich?
that.
I got ice cream sandwich.
I never
for
let
you.
it last long enough to go
I
in my
got some
pocket.
warm gummy bears
I
and
would
ice
eat it
gum.
as soon as I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't,
Well, they were the
put it-
little, like, juice pop things, you know what I mean? Like, they tasted better melted to me. I'm sorry, I'm weird.
Jesus.
Yes, you
Just
are.
pull my pants off and eat it out of the pocket. It just dump it. Melted in my back
Listen, I
pocket.
even had a
No.
nugget pocket as a kid,
It's
okay?
not
I
ice
had a
cream,
nugget
it's just-
pocket.
Nuggets?
It's
Yeah.
You had nugget pockets?
I legit had a nugget pocket as a
You
kid.
got gummy
What
bears,
happens if-
dino
what happens if you fart?
nuggets.
Do you want fart flavored ice cream?
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
What movie?
It was
Movie
vanilla
was it or
ice
show
cream,
where
and
they had
then I put it in my pocket. Now it's chocolate.
When I saw That's My Boy, the movie, when I saw him have a nugget pocket, you know how excited I got? I thought I was the only one.
what's the movie or the show where they have the freaking spaghetti in their front pocket? It's like, oh, you want some spaghetti? And it's like they're wearing a white button-up shirt and there's just like a big red stain.
I
Like
know what you're talking about.
spaghetti in their front pocket. Like, here, have some. I think it had to have been like an Eric Andre skit or like a Tim and Eric episode or something like that.
Yeah,
Dumb.
that sounds about right.
Remember Scary Movie with the dude with the deformed arm with the mashed potatoes?
Oh, Scary Movie
Oh,
too. Yeah.
walk away.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
God,
funny.
away.
That movie was so funny. That movie was
In fact,
hilarious.
give me a standing ovation.
so anyway, so for the ice cream in the back pocket, this law was meant to prevent horse theft, as thieves would lure horses away with ice cream. But they only stole them on
Okay.
Sundays, I suppose, right?
I can understand that.
Well, yeah, because everyone was in church, so the horses were left unattended.
So because
My
all we
Clydesdale had a
know,
beer every day. I
So all
mean,
we
it
know
stayed me like sugar cubes.
because all we know is on Sundays, horses develop an unquenchable craving for vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
I'll
sense.
keep that in
I
mind.
can see that now.
Yeah.
What a
God's
coincidence!
Huckleberry
I've always
Berry.
wanted to see how horse tastes like.
So this is a great one, and unfortunately, we don't have our guest on the show that brought us this about two podcasts ago about when he said this, but in Illinois, here you go, get ready. It's about the shock thing. It is illegal to pee in your neighbor's mouth.
R. Kelly! R. Kelly!
we got some people on the chat in
Damn,
trouble.
son. Someone pulled an R. Kelly
Straight
before R. Kelly?
Straight the jugular.
Oh my
Yeah, Sean had to
God.
research this for personal reasons.
I swear it was yellow Gatorade. It was me.
Yeah,
I'm kind of scared to
okay.
know now. I'm scared to know now.
It was
Well.
mango.
That's not mango.
Well, what's Florida without water sports?
Yellow Gatorade.
This is Illinois. So
Yeah, that's Illinois.
it's probably legal in Florida.
Michael he went 50 yards.
That's a kink down here.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude. You know,
What?
Yeah, rather than Florida,
just
I
for
think
the
it'd be more
record.
appropriate in Dune. Anyone ever see Dune? Children of Dune?
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Protect the
What?
water.
What color loofah?
Ew.
If you're into that, what color is the loofah? God, we're gonna have to do a whole show on the villages.
We have to. We have to.
No,
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be-
leave
we're
my
going-
antenna naked.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
leave my
live.
antenna naked. Even Grinder is cleaner than those loofahs.
No. That's probably true though, Michael. That's sad.
I remember my cousin was like, trying to find people to ride motorcycles with and stuff like that. I told him to try the app Grinder.
Oh
That's
no,
foul. That's foul. How's he doing, by the way?
dude.
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
I did have him on
Who would have thought?
my old account.
Yeah,
but
your old
I
account?
Totally forgot about him until you said something.
Yeah,
I need to try and find
unfortunately,
him and add him again.
I got so wrapped up into work. I feel bad.
Oh my god, yeah. As soon as you get into the grind, you don't look up. That's the scariest part. Like years pass, and you're like, how did time go by so quick? I just wanted to focus on owning my house, and I'm 2 years
Yeah.
away from owning my house, but I'm almost too old to enjoy it.
Yep, that's exactly it. All right. So anyway, the law of peeing in your neighbor's mouth, the law was most likely implemented for various obvious public health and decency reasons.
So it wasn't
You
because
know?
of R. Kelly.
Shocking, it had to be spelled out, right?
I bet you Leia still has something to do with it though.
Probably.
He was from Chicago, wasn't he?
So
Yep.
Chicago.
this is how bad society is getting now. Like social media, the only thing I have is YouTube and TikTok. But there's so many times where I just want to get rid of TikTok just because of the stuff that I see come up around. Like social media is going to be the downfall of this entire world. We're already seeing portions of that. But talking about the urine thing, I literally came across a guy who drinks urine and says that it is therapeutic and there are medicinal purposes to drinking urine. This guy will ferment urine like he's making like homemade breeze.
Oh.
Like he's like, oh, I rub it on your skin. It's like
Yeah.
you know, it helps you
No.
suntan. And he's legit. He literally thinks like it's not a gimmick. It's not a skit. It's not satire. It is 100%. This guy's like 100% real. He'll like
Kind of like
freaking
that
rub it
dude
off.
that pays people to go sit in their septics.
It's so disgusting, dude. Like oh my gosh. Like when I
Well,
saw that,
the
it
thing is,
reminded me of the TV show called Strange Addictions that was on like
yeah.
10 something years ago. Like that is just absolutely.
Well, the scary thing is that urine is acidic and it also has a lot of salt in it. So that too much, if that stuff gets on your skin too often, you're gonna ruin your skin. It might be what's the phrase? I'm not a medical professional. I don't know if it's sterile or not. But the thing is waste breeds powerful disease. So even though it's not brown waste, it's still waste from the human body. There's a reason why anything that has number one or number two ends up in the medical waste bin in a hospital, because your skin is a natural barrier. But the thing is, you have the slightest cut or whatever, and that urine gets on it, you might be in some trouble.
Yeah, but people just I don't know. They think
Yeah.
it's a good idea. It's insane.
I guess we'll just have to cut
like
back on those golden showers.
Yeah, like peeing on because I used to surf a long time ago, and I've been stung by a couple jellyfish. Did I freaking whip it out and pee on them? Absolutely not. It literally like this. Of course, I didn't get stung too bad. I mean, I had one wrap around the leash. Like the leash on a surfboard is like you clamp it to your ankle, and then it's tied to the surfboard. So when you fall off, you don't get like detached from your board. Your board's still kind of with you.
If you really want to be horrified, look up a man of wars, get a jellyfish.
Oh yeah,
You ever heard
those
of
things
those?
are insane. Thank God I didn't
Woo.
freaking get stung by one of those. But the
Mhm.
couple times that I got stung, literally, it felt like a really bad stinging nettle sting. If anyone knows what those feel like, they suck.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, but it goes away after about 30-35 minutes. And especially if you're at the ocean, you just sit in the water and let the salt water. And
Oh,
the
it's not.
air
The
but
poison's not
honestly,
strong enough to affect humans for most jellyfish. The man
it's
of war
not bad.
jellyfish and a couple others, though, they can kill you.
Oh yeah, I knew that, but thank God I didn't get hit by one of those because I hear that shit is extremely painful. But,
Well,
yeah, you don't have to pee on yourself. Essentially, was what I was getting to. You don't have to piss on yourself to freaking get rid of a jellyfish. Like somebody made that up as a joke and people took it. Like again,
Yeah.
with the guy drinking the pee. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I have to do that now. Like, let me pee on you, buddy. That's probably why that one law was like, oh, I got stuck in my mouth. Oh,
Yay.
I just ate a
Sorry.
jellyfish.
oh my gosh, you did like that.
Hold on, let
I
me
need
save
a
you.
medic! I need a medic!
Yeah, and the thing is that same myth says that you can't use your own pee because apparently your body is used to it or whatever. So the joke is, and the thing is, people actually do this. They get other people to pee on them for the jellyfish or whatever, and I'm just like,
Yeah, it's disgusting. That has to be
yeah,
for the
it's a literal prank. Thing is, nothing hurts the medical profession more than misinformation because everyone thinks they're a freaking expert.
Just
Someone's
pee
random
on them.
life.
Showers.
I'm sure
Has saved
doctors
many.
cursed the day that WebMD came up to, so the hypochondriacs could go nuts.
That's it. Yeah, but dude, that's so funny. I can just imagine dude getting hit in the face with a freaking jellyfish. His buddy shoves him down just right there.
You got a whole group around them. Just everybody's out peeing on them.
Everybody's playing fireman, just hosing him down.
Put it out. Put it out. Put it away.
Firefighters, we need you! Give us the yellow potion!
Dude, there was
The yellow potion.
there was a South Park episode where they did that, where all the kids they headed one of their teachers and they seen her again, and she's in like some wheelchair that's like encased her whole body. Like, what happened to her? And then they goes flashback when they were in kindergarten and they were lighting the trash cans on fire and playing firemen, so they'd pee on it. Be like, fireman, fireman. And they'd freaking run around and start pissing on all the trash cans that were on fire while the whole room got engulfed, and then the teacher caught on fire, and all the kids brought firefighters, fireman, and they start peeing on her.
Their hoses are not
Oh my
long
God.
enough.
Oh, they're like,
The
"We
hoses
need
aren't
more."
long enough.
Like, oh,
I need a longer hose.
I'm out. I'm out. I
Breach
need more
chef!
pee.
Breach chef!
Oh my
There you
God.
go.
Well,
Like,
this
yeah.
this one here
Sorry,
is
go
a
ahead.
DJ just got back from Kentucky, so it's illegal to dye a duckling blue and sell it unless you're selling more than 6 at once.
What?
This is probably an old, outdated law meant to discourage pranksters or unsafe transportation of animals.
Yeah, sounds about right. Because if you've ever been to Kentucky, like I thought it was going to be more mountainous. I guess on the eastern side it is, but like where we were was like north. central side of Kentucky, and it is like nothing but like out there, dude. Like I've never seen so many fields of corn and green beans or peanuts or tobacco fields, whatever the other greenery is that they have up there. But by God, it is endless amounts of
Just
corn.
how
So it
inbred
is
were the
out
people
there.
there?
Everyone looked pretty normal, actually. They were all pretty friendly, but there isn't really a
There
whole
you
lot going
go.
on. But that's, I mean, I can see, a couple of country boy kids running around spray painting ducks. Here, come get one. Come buy one.
You got some blue ducks for sale? Want to buy a
There
blue
you
duck?
go.
I got 6.
And then the neighbor down the road who's like 5th generation, been up there and knows the kids' parents. Hey, that's mine.
That's my grandpa, my daddy, and my sister.
I'm gonna tell your daddy on you.
There you
I'll
go.
be like,
You ever
I
see
got a legend.
that one movie with Pauly Shore? When he moves from the city to the country. Remember that one?
Son-in-law one? No.
Thank God. Yeah,
know.
thank God I'm a country boy.
No.
Kentucky
Oh, that was
is
a
cool,
funny
though.
movie.
Yeah, I heard of this law a long time ago, but in Minnesota, it's illegal to cross the state line with a duck on your head. Like, but my thing is okay, someone crossed the state line with a duck on their head. Obviously, it had to happen, right? For the law to exist. Who got offended?
Pokemon trainers.
I
They
mean,
said-
the only thing I can think it's got to be something to do with like distractions and someone called an accident or something like that. Because oh my God, look at that idiot! And then
Hey,
it
you
hits
guys
somebody.
ever heard of Bones, like the movie, the mystery show?
Yeah.
Well, there's this one scene, right, where these officers are about to arrest these people and they find the murder, whatever. But it's in 4 state lines, right? It's in this one. There are certain states where you can cross all 4 state lines just by walking a few steps. And so anything that happens over there, the feds have to get involved because anything that technically crosses state lines, they have to get involved in.
It's the 4 corners. It's what? I think it's Utah.
Yeah.
Arizona, New Mexico, I think Utah,
and Colorado.
Yeah, I think
Whatever
so.
that Simpson episode
Nevada?
was.
Or is Nevada? Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember that. I have to look it up. I don't know. It's somewhere over there
That
in
Simpson episode.
the west side.
What did I say it was? The 4 corners.
You said Utah,
Yes.
Colorado, something else.
All right. So what is the 4?
It's like
corners
an attraction over there too. You can actually stand in a circle,
states.
and it's like,
Oh yeah, people like jump from spot to spot and take pictures.
yeah.
I'm
It
in
is-
Ohio. I'm in Colorado.
It's
I'm in
Actually-
Utah,
Utah.
Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico.
There you go.
Yeah, I just thought of a
Yeah,
good question we should look up while we're doing this.
What's that?
So, like, you guys know the premise of that one Simpsons episode where Bart was going against Sideshow Bob? They're actually in the 4 corners. I just want to know would Sideshow Bob's plan actually work? If you guys
What's
don't know his
that?
plan,
No.
pretty much
What?
his plan was to be in one part of the corner, have the gun in the other part of the corner, and take out Bart while he flies into another 2 states, pretty much. So technically speaking, it was a multi-interstate crime. So technically speaking, if the bullet travels between state to state to state, it's considered a misfired shot. I don't know how true it is for that section though.
Probably technically correct. You ever seen Futurama? That's technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Wait, you see Futurama? No one got the 0011 joke with Bender?
I got
the
it.
coke
I was the Bender one. I knew what it was. I just
every time I hear someone like say 1011, I immediately go to the song. That's where my
Yeah.
That's what I
doom 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 doom.
who I can't
here
even
we
remember
go.
who sung that.
Here we go.
What's that?
If Sideshow Bob were to devise a plan involving the 4 corners monument where Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico meet, it's hard to imagine being practical in real life due to its geographical significance, but lack of an inherent tactical advantage. However, knowing Sideshow Bob's penchant from grandiose schemes, he could I can't even say the word. Theoretically,
ChatGPT to the rescue.
yeah. Well, come up. I should tell ChatGPT to use more elementary words. No, come up with a plan that resolves.
Dumb it down,
around
ChatGPT.
Yeah, dumb it down, baby. Around exploiting the unique legal and jurisdiction or aspect of the 4 corners. For example, he might attempt to evade law enforcement by continually crossing the lines at the 4 corners, thinking he could avoid arrest by stepping into one other state. However, in reality, this wouldn't work as law enforcement agencies from different states would easily collaborate to apprehend him, and the logistics of using such a location as a hiding spot would provide any true advantage. So, there you go, Christian.
Yeah, wouldn't work.
Yeah, that stuff has
After,
already been tried.
After
They
a
got
couple,
cops near
after
it.
a couple
Well,
hard words for me, I was able to get through it to you.
yeah. That trap has been attempted before, though. They have cops stationed near places like that where people know they can take advantage of certain laws. Because the thing of it is, when a law is old enough, it's very hard to change it, even if it's silly, because it takes so damn long to change a real honest goodness law. So
Yeah,
most of the
but
time, they just let it be.
like you said, it takes so damn long to change a law. But how long do you think it took to create the one in Ohio where it is illegal to get a fish drunk?
That sounds like an Ohio thing.
I don't know. Fish taste really good if they're cooked in the right alcohol.
True.
Bourbon only.
You ever have a bourbon cooked fish?
Yes, it's very good.
There you
Nope.
go.
Or beer batter up some catfish and fry it.
Nothing like streams of party like spiking a goldfish water bowl.
With extra gin.
Have you ever heard of
That's why the guy
God.
peed in his neighbor's mouth, because the neighbor killed
Ew.
his fish by pouring alcohol in the
Ooh,
fish tank.
Salty.
See, look, we figured it out. That's why
How
it's so
quick?
long.
You ever heard of foie
That's how
gras,
both those
guys?
The what?
It's let's see if I'll be very slow. Foie gras. It's FOIEGRAS. Foie gras.
I don't like how you're
It's
cussing at me.
basically baby swan that have been stuffed to the point they die of being overstuffed with food, right? And then people would cook it and then eat it in France and in other high society. But the dish lost popularity because the animal cruelty people made a big fuss. Like you're literally stuffing baby swans to death to eat. Guess it's okay with turkeys.
Stuff a turkey, not a swan.
It's not baby swans. Well, at least with stuffing a turkey, they're already dead first, I guess, because you're literally force feeding a swan to death while it's alive. It's a little different.
Yeah, that's a hard pass. If I ever had that dish offered to me, I'd be like, no, I'm good.
Oh well, then you never had venison.
Oh, of
If you've
course.
ever been in an Italian restaurant, you've had venison. That's pretty much baby. What's it? Baby cow.
No, you're talking about veal. You're talking
Yeah,
about veal.
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 Sorry,
is pretty good.
veal.
I've had veal. It's pretty good. Yeah, venison
Yeah,
is deer meat. Oh,
baby
and
deer. Yeah.
interesting fact. So, in the state of Florida, which you probably know this, but in the state of Florida, the sandhill cranes that walk all over the road and people stop and you're not like
Yeah.
they're protected. Well, I found out in Texas,
Yeah.
you can legally hunt those, and apparently the meat that comes from those birds is called the ribeye of the sky.
Oh,
Watch a cooking
Oof.
video. It looks fantastic. I was absolutely eating.
That's why I get hunted to death almost.
that was where I had the TikTok where one was trying to take me off
Yeah.
my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
When
you should've
I had
hit
to
it now.
dodge that thing. It just came at me.
Well, next time if you hit
I'm
it,
sure it would have been
make it a
very
win before
satisfying to eat,
FWC
Sean.
comes out there.
Well, apparently what
Eat
happened
your
was
aggressor.
it was a family of 3, or no, it was a family of 4, and somebody did hit one. Out on the road, like where someone obviously hit it with their car. And I think it was actually a couple days after that is where like I was riding by, and they were on the curve, and one kind of came at me because I came kind of too close to him in the motorcycle, so it just kind of like just decided to just come up at me. was
I
like,
guess
oh.
they had the right of way.
Well, technically in the state of Florida, they do. Like if you hit them or anything, dude, like you can get in trouble.
Oh, yeah. You ever see some of the things that happen if you, kill an endangered bear or
Yogi?
bald eagle?
Oh yeah, the Eagles. Yeah, you can. That's a felony.
What's the
Oh, and not even that. In the olden days, if they still go by the old laws, that's treason.
Yeah,
Really?
that's-
Yeah, I don't know about that. I have to look that up too.
This is
Well, yeah,
America,
'cause
man. You don't
now
kill the
this
eagle.
is this now obviously it depends on what state you're in, and it depends on a lot of different factors. But the bald eagle is considered America's a symbol, right? So you mess with that symbol, and whether or not it's in the law or not, people go nuts. I mean, you've seen how people have literally come to blows over different elections. Imagine, like, you ever see that one episode of Futurama where Dr. Zoidberg eats the American flag?
I never watched Futurama. I don't like that.
Hey, Sean.
You're in a parking garage?
Me?
No, you're in a
Yes.
car. Christian's
Yeah.
in a parking garage. What's up, Jackie?
Hopefully the car isn't on.
I hate to do this to y'all, but I actually
Where's
have to be at
Waldo?
work at like 7 o'clock in the morning, so I do have to go so I can do my laundry for work.
There you go. Exit the show.
But
There you go.
I'll see you guys
See
later.
you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Jackie.
There you go.
I know it's cool.
And now it's officially a sausage party.
Yay.
With or without the beads, Michael.
All right, here we go. We're going to skip some stuff here. We're going to jump onto the hot seat right now.
There you go.
Remember the hot seat, guys. Now it's time for the hot seat. We're cranking up the heat. Some of the most bizarre, outlandish, and downright ridiculous questions yet. Michael, Christian, and Jordan. Forget it. Jordan's not here. Jordan's not here. ChatGPT, you're fired. Brace yourselves because it's all about to get weird. Without Jordan. All right. Number one. Remember, you got 5 seconds to answer the question. If you cannot answer the question, okay. Christian, I need you to put your phone in landscape mode. There we go. All right. Kind of weird doing this now that we're all doing video. We're not on like looking at chat emojis. All right. This one's for you, Michael. Michael, if you were a mad scientist and had to fuse 2 animals together to create the ultimate pet, which animals would you pick and what would you name it?
Let's see. I'd probably go in between. Let's see. I'd probably go in between a snake and a husky because I love how gorgeous huskies are, but I also like the scales on the scales on the snakes feel. So if I had a husky that had the skin of a snake, that would be pretty cool.
There you go. That's an interesting animal. Kind of reminds me of the old back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, we used to have these things called wuzzles. And it was a stuffed animal I had, and it was actually half lion, half bumblebee. Kind of reminds me of the whole wuzzle thing. Imagine a lion and a bumblebee. You all right, Christian?
Does anyone remember the Fraggles?
Yep, Fraggle Rock.
There you go.
Do, 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 do. The big pizza or that big pile of trash, whatever that talked.
There you go.
Remember that?
I don't remember those. I remember the Furbies were a big thing when I was.
Oh yeah, the
growing up.
Furbies.
Oh my God,
The
those
ones
freaking.
before that were it was like in the 80s, like 70s or 80s. There was this thing called Monchichis.
Oh, Monchi cheese, yeah.
Dude,
They look like little, little, like I don't know what they look like.
they kind of
They're like monkeys. They look like little monkeys.
they looked like a monkey or like a little bear. It was kind of like a mix between the two, and they were goofy looking.
Remember those
Dude, just-
Tamagotchi pets for people who couldn't have real pets? You get an electronic
those
pet.
were a big
Oh,
thing,
yeah, I
too, in
remember those.
elementary school. Yeah, but the Monchichi, just the song is just hilarious to me. Like the theme song for Monchichis. I remember it was old YouTube. One of those days where you kind of go down a rabbit hole, and I come across that, and I thought it was the funniest thing, just the theme song.
Oh,
They still sell Furbies to this day, which is crazy.
That's just crazy.
They're still possessed. Those little bastards.
We should move on to the next question.
Smack
before
him with the hammer.
Sean loses track again.
The what? The hammer? What? What are you talking about?
Smack him
That's
with the
Let's
baseball
go.
bat,
Emperor's New Groove.
nails, and the tape.
Smash it with a
Dead
hammer.
Rising 2 style.
No, I
Yeah.
just kill it with fire.
No,
Yeah.
zombie hand. Double tap.
All right.
Next
one.
question.
This is for DJ. All right. DJ, would you rather have a nose that you can shoot spaghetti or ears that you can shoot maple syrup on command?
I would have to go with the spaghetti because that'd be absolutely freaking hilarious to just randomly go up to somebody and sneeze a whole bunch of spaghetti and stuff on them. That would be fantastic.
Wouldn't that acidic sauce feel awful in your nose though?
Yeah, but if you got maple syrup in your ears, you can't really hear anything. I'd much rather
Yeah,
have
but remember you
spaghetti
only
come out of my nose.
there you go.
All right.
Then you can't smell anything.
Hashtag syrup man. Getting sticky
Yeah,
with it.
it would be
Sticky
actually. I
with it.
think it would smell pretty good because if it's like, spaghetti usually smells pretty good for most people, so I think it would be a pretty pleasant smell all the time. Marinara.
Just like Grandma used to make.
Yeah. Yep.
Ew.
From the old
Well,
country.
Grandma used to make a little sausage.
And the other scary thing is, syrup crystallizes, right?
Yeah.
So
it's
if
like
if
clogging your
syrup
teeth out.
comes out of your ears too much, what if you end up like mummifying yourself?
I don't know.
It'd be like a bad episode of Hannibal. He glazed himself.
Glaze is crazy.
So, Christian, this one's for you. If you were suddenly turned into a talking fruit, what fruit would it be? And what would your catchphrase be?
Annoying
That
orange.
should have been my question. I'm a talking fruit.
Although Michael's case, I might as well be an annoying pineapple.
Oh.
What would your catchphrase be?
Getting squishy with it. Can I get some juice?
All right. All right. Just back to Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather wake up every day as a different species of animal or wake up every day with a completely new superpower but only have it for 5 minutes?
I'd probably go with the animal one. It's certainly a lot safer. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever watched The Boys, but some of those superpowers would definitely kill whoever it is that had them.
Come on, Michael. Nuzlocke mode. Straight randomizer out here.
There you go. At least with a new animal, I could have a fun different day as a different animal. I just really hope I'd be able to make it through the day as a dung beetle or something, because some of those animals don't even last a day. So I guess both ways you probably end up dead.
But at least at one point you fly for 5 minutes before you fell to your death. No, stop.
Yeah.
Someone would definitely do that. They would fly and then.
Can you imagine having your spirit animal being a dung beetle?
Oh no!
Now, what if your superpower was to turn into insects?
Like beast.
And then
that would be.
But what would happen? Like you're using your powers mid in, and then you can't turn it off because you don't have the power anymore.
Oh, it'd be like The Fly. You ever see The Fly? Help me!
I think the superpowers would be cool because I mean, if you're adapting to a different power every time you have it, you should be able to handle it. It's not like, you're flying and you turn into a blob.
Sean, we need to do another question before we have a superhero argument.
Taskmaster.
I can feel the Marvel
Here we go.
turning.
Let's break it. Let's break it up. All right, DJ. If you had to fight a clone of yourself, but your clone could only use kitchen utensils as weapons, how would you defend yourself?
Scissor hands.
Tactical wrench. 45 hollow points. Or 12 gauge, pick your poison.
Full metal jacket.
Only use kitchen utensils as weapon. All right.
That's my kitchen utensil I would use. The tactical spatula.
Tactical wrench.
Tactical blender.
Christian.
Trying to be not say things on the podcast, because if you say, might get flagged.
All right, Christian. Would you rather have to dance everywhere you go or yell the name of every food item before you eat it, no matter where you are?
Spaghetti, lightning, fire, go!
Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated.
Colors, guys.
How about? Well, how about? Would you yell spotted dick?
Let's go, Mario.
I hope there's.
Remember, Sean, when we used to go to Sonic? Can you imagine saying badly processed food right before you eat it?
Oh my God!
Future pile of poo. Future pile of poo.
How much?
Stool softener.
Chili dog.
Yeah, imagine having to instead of food, let's make people shout out their medications.
Prozac.
Aspirin.
No. Can you imagine someone trying to get fresh with a girl and put a drug in the drink and then yell out the name of the drug right before she drinks it?
Date rape.
Special seasoning.
Yeah, it would work for some people.
Yell out your crime. Yeah, you got to yell your crime out before you commit it.
That'd be
weird.
So easy.
That'd
be
weird.
Funny. Make sure make things a lot easier.
Murder.
Right, second degree.
Murder. Oh shit.
Tax evasion.
Tax evasion.
Yeah, let's yell that out nice and big.
Tax evasion. On fire just to pee on it.
Arson.
Tossing a flaming pile of poo. I feel like a certain person that's name starts with a K, and I've warned Sean about this. I say you got to move your house, or you're gonna end up getting a flaming pile of poo thrown at you.
Oh my. Oh God. Oh Jesus.
Probation violation.
It's gonna happen.
Shh. That's Monday.
Driving without a license.
Oh, we've all done.
Oh, he's getting too close here.
That's a Thursday, sir.
Got it with a broken headlight.
That's
You
a
lied.
Thursday.
You ever see those cartoons where every couple of seconds another part falls off the car? Until they go from driving a car to driving a unicycle. I feel like that's
yeah.
What is
Sean.
bugs? I swear it wasn't me. I must have been a blabbit.
I gotta get to work. Gotta get to work. All right, Michael.
What's that?
Would you rather? Oh, hold up. If you could only speak in opera-style singing for the rest of your life, but you were a terrible singer, how would you convince people to take you seriously?
Well, someone actually did that. You ever see that movie about the lady that sang so bad that every time she did it, everyone just kind of ran away from her, but she was still in high society and had a lot of money, so they made it charming. There you go. Just make sure I have a lot of money, and then all my bad habits will look charming.
There you go. All right, where we at?
Yeah, in today's society, you could definitely make that work.
You can make anything work in today's society.
I mean, think about the people singing today. They just had to get enough money, and suddenly their music was so awesome.
Taylor Swift.
All right, DJ. Oh,
Jonas Brothers.
Oh.
Cake by the ocean, Michael. Cake by the ocean.
Oh, when
DJ.
Sean went on that date he got some cake by the ocean.
Yeah, he did.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
No. I'm dead. I need to stop. I'm getting too evil.
Got a picture.
Okay.
Let's
Oh,
talk with-
no. There you go.
Well,
sorry, guys. We got a little too evil.
little bit. So, DJ, would you rather have to wear a suit made of live bees for 1 hour every day, or randomly turn into a giant chicken once a week?
Like the one on Family Guy.
I would say bees. I would say bees because I would plan it around. It would work so well at work. Because I could just not have to deal with certain people. Like not even at work, just in life. Just plan it in a certain time of day.
Yeah, but bees have to deal with the queen. All the
Carrying
drones
the
got to
queen.
serve the queen.
They'd be all on me. So what?
If Michael get the bee jacket, he's gonna be like, "You want to buy a phone, sir?
Oh man.
You can buy 7 lines."
Sir?
I'd have to go down one of those runways for those stupid fashion shows where they wear stuff that makes 0 sense and no one's gonna buy. That would be the best. The best. An actual
bee suit
walking down the runway.
with a bunch of bees inside it.
If I could control them too, that would be sweet. Like just fling my hand and just go attack half the crowd and watch chaos unravel. That would be
He's gonna fly with bees.
bees 100%.
You know that
would be
scene in
awesome.
Shrek where Snow White sends the animals against everybody?
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, that's what I would do. Just the bees everywhere. I'd laugh and just watch a chaos unravel.
I feel like it'd be more appropriate if instead of bees in Florida, you had wasps.
That would be
He's gonna be
way worse.
Shino from Naruto. I
Way
swear.
worse. Oh my gosh, that'd be terrible.
No,
Yeah.
let's do Florida appropriate threats now.
That will be definitely a Florida appropriate level threat.
You know, the funniest, I mean, not funny. I've been in Florida for almost 3 years now, going over 3 years, and I have not bit by one mosquito in Florida.
You're lying.
No,
Can I have your blood type?
How?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Let's go.
It has
let's
to do
go
with the
outside.
blood.
I have no. I've been swarmed by them. I have not bit by them yet, though.
That you know of?
No. I mean, I've bitten by mosquitoes before in my life. I know that, but like I said, so probably some blood type
That's crazy.
or I have
May-
some illness I don't know
your
about yet.
cologne's- Maybe your cologne's too strong. The bugs are dropping down before they hit you.
Maybe.
I'm like a walking bug light. They just
There you go.
drop when they hit me.
There you go.
All right, Christian. Christian, are you ready? Here we go. Christian, if you had to replace your hands with 2 completely random objects that are non-food, what would they be, and how would you explain it to people?
Fiction or nonfiction?
Whatever you want to do here.
Okay, cool. I want Jean Grey's powers. Says we're gonna make superpowers and thing. If I can't get that, I want a random fork and a spatula just to make things happen so I can whisk away my pain every single time I want to get food.
There you go.
Same feeling. Eating tacos and just be like fork, spatula, blah, da, da, slide it in like an entree.
Michael,
What is that?
here we go. If every time you sneezed, something completely random would fall from the sky, what would you hope for, and what would you dread the most?
Let's see. You ever heard that one song? It's raining man.
Hallelujah.
No.
That's what you're
Anyway,
hoping for.
the thing I would dread would be hey, how many times have you wanted a cute girl to fall in your lap at a bar?
That's like that doesn't happen.
Often.
No, it doesn't happen, but you want it. It doesn't happen, but you want it.
That's
You
like
want,
every guy.
oops.
That's like every guy that buys a motorcycle. They think like, oh, all these, and all you find is this guys at a gas station that have their balls in a bag that their wife is holding
Yeah.
on to that they
It's
can't buy a
never
motorcycle
gonna
themselves.
actually rain men.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be cool if it did happen
The
one
typical
day?
BMW owner, guys.
Maybe for you. Yeah. Any
There you
nice car,
go.
any nice car.
But the thing
any
I
nice
dread
bike.
is let me finish the other half of my little thing. What I would dread having is bird crap, because this is Florida, and bird crap just randomly lands on people's heads or cars at the worst time. It's like it's
Good
planned.
luck, Michael.
Yeah.
I know God
What?
exists because he hates me and he likes to throw poo at me.
But golden
Oh,
poo, Michael. Golden poo.
All right. DJ, would you rather have legs that randomly turn into springs or a head that randomly inflates like a balloon once a day? I know a lot of people like that though, where their head inflates. But anyway, what is it?
Legs for springs. That'd be sweet. I could jump so high. You could have a lot of fun with springs as legs. Way more
Yeah.
practical than just having your head inflating and people look at
yeah.
you like you're.
I don't know. I've never had fun with the springs.
Unless it's Disney.
I go to the springs every.
How high you
got
could
it.
jump?
They were silver. They were silver.
Oh,
I go to the
Jesus.
springs every night. So
Boing, 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 boing.
Get spoingy with it.
Get to boinging with it.
There you go.
yeah, you could. Yeah, you could,
And the thing is they said the head would randomly enlarge, but they didn't say the one on your shoulders. But no.
Oh.
Guys are Michael.
damn. I didn't think about that. Yeah. I don't know, but like if it is the other head, like and it does enlarge, that could be a good thing. But how big? Are we
Natural
talking? 'Cause
Viagra. There you go.
Michael getting ahead in life. I
if
see
it's
you.
too big, you're gonna kill somebody. Like you will kill somebody if that head inflates too much.
Well, what
Especially if it's active and
is it? A
action.
cat? Is it a cat or a dog? When they're actually when they're actually having intercourse, that it actually inflates, and they have to wait until it's uninflated to be able to.
Oh, that's a dog.
It's a dog,
it's
right?
a
Okay.
knot. It's
No,
a knot, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
That's
how dogs
and
get stuck. Yeah.
then cats they have the barbs. Really,
Oh,
They got the
okay.
barbs.
weird
Yeah.
information, but
Yeah, I remember hearing like where thing gets stuck, so that would happen. Humans would get stuck.
That's a risk it for the biscuit.
Imagine that one. If it lasts more than 4 hours, you have to go to the ER.
Oh, remember that one blue collar comedy show? He's like, if that happened to me, I'd turn my hospital gown the other way around. let everyone see it. Because at that age, it doesn't. It's impossible for it to stay up that long.
Nurse, I need
I don't
assistance.
understand why is that such a problem? Oh my god. Why is it a problem? It's called a nice problem to have. Oh.
Any single nurses? Michael's got the problem
right.
fixer.
Oh no, Sean could tell you. I have an answer for every question. I'm good at shooting down objections.
Well, yeah, I mean, we did introduce him as the guy, that knows everything with the ancient Egypt. So Michael just goes home and plugs himself in, man. That's Michael's just like he uploads. He's like that input, the little robot, short circuit. So who we at? Where we back at? We're at Christian. All right, Christian. If you had to choose between teleporting anywhere instantly, but only into random bathrooms, Griffin, or flying, but only at a maximum height of 3 feet off the ground, which would you
Bathrooms
choose?
teleporting. Giggity.
Oh, I'm going with
I do the 3 feet. I'm very short. I need to get to higher
No,
places.
because if I teleport into
That extra 3 feet matters. Just like every extra inch matters in certain situations, every extra foot matters when you're looking for stuff.
No, because here's the problem: you fly 3 feet,
man.
right? It's subjective versus the ground that you're on. So the ground's constantly going down, or you're going to earthquake, you're screwed. I'd rather take the bathrooms, even if it means I get into an accidental horror bathroom.
I feel like when you're an old man, you're gonna be one of those people that argues about the coupons.
I'll be the guy.
I'm just picturing
I'm
randomly.
getting that same
as
energy.
long as I don't randomly appear in a bathroom on a Teams call, right?
oh
you're
my
talking about the
god.
TikTok. I know exactly. Johnny, is that boy in the bathroom?
Oh no.
Are you using the bathroom?
Link in the
Are you
description
using
below,
the
folks.
bathroom?
Did you say yes? Sean, get him off the clock. Send him home.
Yeah, he didn't even wait to hang up on Griffin before he said that.
You're straight up, man. Are you using the bathroom? I'm sitting there drinking out a Hello Kitty cup. Yep, he is. All right. Michael.
Okay.
Let's see. Where are we at? Okay. Would you rather live in a world where everyone was required to wear clown shoes, or where every meal included at least one food you absolutely hated?
Clown shoes. I've been asked this question before on a similar podcast with you.
Yes.
I got really big feet, so
Yep.
clown shoes are not an impediment.
But everybody's got to wear clown shoes now, so there we go.
Well, hey,
There you
that's
go.
a nice thing. If everyone does it, it's the new standard. I bet you $50 someone's going to be a trendsetter and put like, I don't know, polka dots or tartan clown shoes or something and make it interesting.
Sports would be way more interesting to watch if that was a thing.
That would be fun. Maybe put some springs on those clown shoes.
Boing, 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 boing.
Spoiling.
So, DJ, if you had to speak backwards for the rest of your life or make only animal sounds to communicate, which would you choose and how would you explain it to others?
Animal sounds, and I would want it to only be the sound of a mountain lion. It's either a mountain lion or a cougar, because when you talk, when they scream, it literally sounds like a woman dying, and I've heard it in person. It's terrifying, so I would love that.
What, a woman dying?
Whoa.
No, not a woman dying, but just the sound. It would just
It puts the lotion in the basket.
it would just freak everybody out. I would want
He wants.
Be like seeing Chris.
Right before she died, he yelled,
Bale.
"Second degree!"
Yeah, take away the mustache. we get as a Christian Bale psycho here. I tell you what, you know what I'd do with that same question? Let me answer that one. I'd speak backwards, because you know why? If you speak backwards, then you're speaking normal. Dyslexic people do all the time.
And you don't have to hear a woman die.
Yeah.
No.
I like
well, if I ever want to hear a woman die, I can just call one of your exes.
Damn!
And ask them to talk about
you. Michael, not that petty on this podcast. Next one maybe, but not now. Michael.
Someone just got murdered.
Understatement.
Shots fired.
Why, Michael? He's the podcast host.
Hey, I'm just the equivalent of Cersei drinking a cup of red wine.
Michael, you really are the best villain.
Red wine.
I don't know if you had any Game of Thrones people. There you go.
I knew you was a Stark when I met you.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. All right, Christian. If you could make anything edible, but had to eat it no matter what would it be the weirdest thing you'd try first?
Cell phone cases.
You're going to eat cell phone cases?
Why would you want to eat the source of your suffering?
The source of my suffering? What are you talking about? I think it was a strawberry waffle cone when I started.
Oh wait, no, you're not. You're not. You don't sell phones. Sorry, I was thinking.
Ouch. Dang, Michael, you want to shoot me louder?
Yeah, he's retired. He's retired. Here we go again, Michael. Firing it off.
Call of Duty. Some revive me.
You're going to respawn into the bathroom. Hold on.
Give me the ray gun.
Hey, you know what? In Florida, if people can make anything edible, they'd probably make marijuana edible. Because can you imagine being able to just eat it without choking straight up?
Michael, 2 words.
People would do it.
Berry butter. They made it edible. I promise you, it works.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. Man. Oh yeah.
I think the most logical answer to that question in my mind would be Play-Doh, because everyone as a kid has
anyone ever made the common mistake of having too much because it didn't kick in quick enough when you first started?
Kool-Aid.
Eating edibles? Like like marijuana edibles?
Yeah, like you don't feel it, right? So you're like, oh, I'll have a second one.
Wait an hour, and you're like, oh, this is dud, and then you eat another one, and then 15
An
minutes.
hour?
And then
15
when it
minutes
finally
later,
kicks in, yeah.
Listen, Michael, we all got brownies.
I don't know. I've never ever eaten that stuff, but the question of it
It's
is
fun.
how
You'll
long
feel
does
the
it
earth
take for it to
move.
kick in? 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or you said an hour?
Sean,
Around
it depends on
an
who's
An
cooking.
hour?
depending on your.
It's like you're on a roller coaster, but you're
okay.
standing still.
If you
Okay.
You ever
No.
heard the phrase "ride the dragon"? It usually applies to meth, but it can't apply to enough
all I'm
marijuana.
saying is, with the right chef, you gonna want to find the Dragon Balls for real. You gotta wish Shenron to get out of this situation.
There you go.
What is your wish?
All right, Michael.
And the best part is if you have a mustache, you can taste it again tomorrow.
There goes the flavor saver.
I think it was strawberries.
Strawberries. All right,
Ooh.
Michael.
What's
Would
up?
you rather live in a house where every floor is a trampoline, or a house where every room is filled with fog?
Fog, you say?
Yes.
I'd probably do the fog because as a man that's over 150 pounds, if the heavier you are, the higher you bounce, and I don't need to go through the roof like Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. Do, 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 do,
Hoo-hoo.
Penny.
Time, Gadget.
All right. DJ, if you had to turn into an inanimate object once a day for an hour, but you could still see and hear everything, what would you choose to be and where would you go?
Say that
A
again? What
dildo.
Oh,
If-
What was that?
remember the
if
Family
you
Guy
had to,
episode?
if you had to turn into an inanimate object once a day for an hour, but you could still see and hear everything, what would you choose to be and where would you go?
Oh, it would have to be a sports car, like a Corvette ZR1. Turn straight into a transformer, pretty much.
That's interesting.
I feel like the safest answer would be a mirror.
Transformer.
could
A mirror.
Think about it.
You can't go anywhere.
No, exactly.
Well, yeah, but you could
He
still
wanted
see and hear
to.
everything.
He wanted to have some self-reflection.
Oh yeah, you could still. See
No,
it.
you can see everything.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Can you imagine turning? Well, all right.
Wow.
Now back to transporting into the bathrooms, Christian. What is it you want to see everything of? Which bathroom
Yeah,
are you transporting into?
Yeah, it never said it'd be a woman's bathroom. What if you end
Yeah.
up in the guy's bathroom at like a Walmart or
All
something?
I'm saying is,
Yeah, bathroom.
You know how the
facility.
range of
never
bathrooms
mind.
get?
I'll just see a vaping TL.
Gas station bathroom, warehouse bathroom. You see how nasty those Amazon bathrooms get? You saw that documentary?
Man, it's okay. Chucky did worse. We're fine.
Wow.
Oh my God! All right, Christian. If you were cursed to randomly hiccup bubblegum bubbles for the rest of your life, how would you use it to your advantage in a job interview?
I'm like, hey, Amazon, guess what? I can lift more than 120 pounds. I should be your supervisor. I can't tell.
By hiccuping bubblegum bubbles?
Yeah, like you do like a warehouse job. I just do enough bubblegum bubbles before I lift up any heavy object, and I'll be the most valuable thing in the team because I'll save so much money on their gas. They don't have to use a little lifter anymore.
He's doing it seriously. He's going super serial.
I'm going super.
Super
I'm
serious.
becoming Majin Buu,
All
super
right.
bubblegum man.
You become Two-Face because half your face is cut off in the shot.
Michael.
Where my double-sided coin at?
Michael, would you rather be able to control animals with your mind, but only while wearing a tutu? Or be able to talk to ghosts, but they all have really annoying personalities? Sounds like a job.
Oh, I would probably talk to ghosts because this is Florida, and maybe 15 out of 16 people have annoying personalities here in Florida because no one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck.
I can agree. The ghost one would be sick.
Scooby
It'd be super
Dooby Doo.
cool.
Yeah,
The ghost one would be cool.
it
Where
would.
are you?
I got some
Oh, got
ghosts
some
to
work
do
to do
now.
now.
The animals would be. The animals thing would be kind of awesome too, because you could be at a zoo and just
Plus, the thing about ghosts is they know some secrets.
yeah.
You know, I wonder if some ghosts living in some some of your houses would. If only those. You ever heard the expression of these walls could talk?
Yep.
Them ghosts will be like, listen, I know he hid the gold. Just split with me 50-50. I got you.
There you go. I know where Sean Mance hid his crypto.
How much experience you got?
When you find out, let me know. I
There you go.
I
Did
had a
you hear
brain
that
fart.
one story about the dude that had millions of dollars in crypto but forget the password?
Yep.
Yes. That's millions
Yep.
now.
That's.
Uh,
I can imagine that guy coming in going, "Can you help me figure out my Google password so I can transfer my information?"
Well, if crypto crashed anyway, so he probably didn't.
oh
Probably didn't have
no,
all that.
Sean just really picked a nerve with that one because with OSL and T Rock, there's like 50 million people who barely remember their own names, much less their Google password, and so you have to like pretty much. It's kind of like finding out the constellations of the stars based on the absences around them rather than the stars themselves. So you have to go by what's not there.
It amazes me the amount of people out there that just don't get it. Like they really don't understand that. Like, okay, first of all, we aren't Google. Google could barely give you the number. Google could barely even give it to you. If that's, I mean, how many times have I had to reset second authenticators? I mean, it's insane. And the thing is they're not
How
doing
many
that
of
for you.
them have
That's
their
why it
kids set up
exists.
for it?
That's why it exists.
You,
And they don't get
elderly
that.
people don't have your kids do it. Know why? Because if kids have immediate access to every single thing you do, that's how you get grandparents being put in a home while someone gets to enjoy their inheritance early.
Happens all the time.
Michael's Corvette says what?
DJ,
Mr. Private Investigator, I'm sure you've seen a bunch.
What do we got?
if you had to attend all social events while wearing a giant foam finger suit, how would you make it fashionable? And who would you try to impress first?
Well, just wearing it in general would get a lot of attention. So, I don't really pay attention to sports that much, but I've never personally seen someone wear a big foam finger suit. So that'd be awesome. So you'd immediately be live for the party. And as far as someone that I would want to impress the most, that's kind of a hard one. Because there's a lot of people, like celebrity-wise, sports people-wise, that, the one man that I would want to, he's not alive anymore.
All right.
But it would probably, I don't really know. I don't know. Probably like maybe Jack Black, because he would probably immediately find it funny. He'd probably like the suit. I could see
Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black. I think he'd love it.
All
It'd be
right.
awesome.
He got the Bowser
He'd
foam
be an easy
finger.
one to impress with it. Yeah, he would love it. He'd be like, "Oh, dude,
I feel like
one."
Jack Black would be a very fun addition to the Sean Mance show.
Stoking the fire.
Maybe one day, right? One day.
I feel like
All
Sean
right.
Mance probably keel over if that happened.
So, back to the portion of the show. That's the second thing. Our musical guest. We have a song that a musical guest. Tonight we got something truly unique with Yodelin' Yank Two-Step, the man who went from polka king to country crooner with his accordion to one hand, a cowboy on his head. All right. We're going to go ahead and play. This is, what was the name again? Yank Two-Step, something like that. Here we go.
Keep up, but it ain't worth the fight, 'cause it's Jimmy today, Tony tonight. There ain't no saving that whore no more. She's got a new guy waiting at every door. Same sheets, different night, just another round. By tomorrow she'll be out chasing someone else in town. There ain't no saving that whore no more. She's a one-woman revolving door. She says this time it's gonna last, but she's already planning on running fast. Met a fella down at Joe's Bar and Grill. Swore he was the one, but he's just another thrill. From Benny the banker to Steve the DJ, she's got more men than Taco Tuesday. They come and go like a breeze at dawn. By the morning, they're all long gone. There ain't no saving that whore no more. She's got a new guy waiting at every door. Same sheets, different night, just another round. By tomorrow she'll be out chasing someone else in town. There ain't no saving that whore no more. She's a one-woman revolving door. Gave her my best, but that wasn't enough. She's got more variety than a Vegas bluff. Each night's a surprise. Who'll it be? It's like watching reruns of bad TV. There ain't no saving that whore no more. She's got a new guy waiting at every door. Same sheets, different night, just another round. By tomorrow she'll be out chasing someone else in town. There ain't no saving that whore no more. She's a one-woman revolving door. Yeah, there ain't no saving that whore no more. She's got more exes than a convenience store. Same sheets, different night, it's her daily chore. But I'm out for good, she's someone else's bore.
Man,
10
there you
out of
go.
10.
Hank had a bad breakup there, I see.
Hank has lyrical numbers.
Yeah, I would say.
You ever hear about that
Ain't
that
saving
insurance
that whore
when they're
no
like
more. There we go.
Someone else's boy. I like that.
Someone else's
you
boy.
ever heard that? Yeah, you ever heard that expression? You know, I felt
What's
like
up,
he was
Michael?
talking
It looks
about
like you're
me.
trying to talk, Michael.
Someone in the crowd, huh? Can you hear me?
You're not coming through audio.
It
Oh, one
looks like you're
second.
glitching a little bit.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
He's on.
Nothing.
Hello?
He's
Hello.
nothing. We got
One
nothing.
second.
And we got Christian even got nothing. Oh, hold on a second. Go
He
ahead,
did it.
Michael.
Yeah, he got it. It was Sean's mess up.
Yeah, I was trying to
okay.
take it out a little bit. You know, I didn't realize it was gonna
There you
stop
go.
the whole thing.
There you go. You know that
you could turn it down a little bit, dude.
You know, so,
Say that again.
I get the feeling that someone among your listeners
We figured it out.
knows exactly what the song is about. Just a feeling.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm working on an album of breakup songs that don't
He's like a male
exist
Taylor Swift.
because the artists are afraid to make them. So that's an album I'm working on. Is breakup songs that don't exist because the artists were afraid to make them.
Sean Taylor.
Just
there
remember,
Sean
when it's a revolving door, it had to be Marriott. That's all I'm saying.
No, the serious thing of revolving doors, turn around and come back.
Someone was open for business.
You get trapped in those doors sometimes.
Yeah, definitely get trapped.
Yeah.
I literally that's funny you say that because it was I would say about 2 months ago I went to Gainesville and I was going into a restaurant that had a revolving door. And there was these people, they were foreigners. They just came here and it was like a big group of them. It was like it's like they've never seen a revolving door before.
So they're having fun.
They were all getting into it as they were like watching each other get into it. And I literally a lot of people get to me it's like a lot of people get aggravated because they can't get into it, they're all like getting mad. And I'm like, that's when I take and step back in my life and be like, this is freaking priceless. I will stand here all day and watch these people in this freaking door.
Having that much joy, yeah.
Tourist attraction.
It turns right into that.
Casual Florida.
It's different from how, like, say, an old person stands at the entrance all day.
Exactly. Well, let's see what we got here. We could top these off a little bit. We can jump into the second topic. We have a little bit of time here. So, second topic was bizarre conspiracies and theories, fact or fiction. All right.
I'm excited for this one.
The Earth is hollow and inhabited by advanced citizens. Is that fact or fiction?
They're advanced.
I would say it's fact.
Anyone ever read Journey to the Center of the Earth? Anyone ever read that, Jules Verne?
I've heard. I never read it, but I heard of it.
Basically, not too long ago, over the last several decades, Russia drilled a hole through not even like 10% of the Earth's crust all the way down, and they were finding all this stuff that had been from civilizations before us. Apparently, as the Earth, what do you call it, gets a little bit older, everything kind of covers everything else. So it's like layers of civilization. So who knows, what gets preserved the deeper you go in the crust. But whatever it is, if there was an advanced civilization, they would have to have technology to get through the extreme heat of the molten rock. Someone's talking, I can't hear him.
I wouldn't necessarily say about the molten rock, but you got to think there's endless hundreds of thousands of miles of caves and caverns that, like, I just went to Kentucky and drove a little bit up into Indiana, and we visited probably 3 or 4 different caves, and they were saying that some of them were hundreds of miles long that they know of, and some that we saw, some of the areas are open like a warehouse where you could if you wanted to, literally drive mining trucks through. The others are like really tight. You gotta. I didn't have to crawl, but there some of the caves. There are spots where you can go. You can pay to go a little further in, and you have to wear gear and crawl through like 3 foot of water and like a hole that's about 4 foot around. There's stuff like that. So there was a theory. I actually got talking to one of the guides that I was with. We got to talking about like aliens using tunnels and caves and caverns like that to hide. So that's another really really good theory. I could put some truth behind. I could get behind that 100%.
Oh yeah, there's always an alien right behind you, but when you turn around, they're gone.
It happens.
Transformation jutsu.
Right out of the corner
So
of your eye.
basically, it's a fact, right? It's a real conspiracy theory, though widely debunked, that the Earth is hollow and inhabited by advanced citizens. All right. So the next one, the moon is artificial satellite placed by aliens to monitor Earth.
Really? I thought it was made of cheese.
Yeah.
Well, the conspiracy is real.
Yeah.
Obviously, despite lacking any evidence, though.
Of course.
I mean,
But yeah, Wallace and Gromit proved that the moon is cheese. So
there you
you
go.
know who
cheese.
Wallace and Gromit is.
Claymation.
Who moved my cheese?
Who cut the cheese?
Select the
happens.
knife.
Especially when you get older.
What's up, Christian?
Oops.
He said cut the cheese. That's a select the knife.
All right, so this one, sharks are being trained by the U.S. government to be underwater assassins. Fact or fiction?
I'm gonna say fact so I can say Sharknado for the one time, even if I'm wrong.
I want to say fact so I can get some laser freaking sharks. Remember? Not too evil.
I can see that being an actual like thing.
I bet they've tried at least. I'm sure they at least tried.
But
even if it
it
didn't
sounds like a
succeed.
great movie plot. That's the funny thing about it, though, is like, look how we killer whales, dolphins. Look what we could get them to do. How we've not trained a shark
Because
yet.
Operation Narwhals.
They've probably tried.
What, are you scared? I mean, think about it. I mean, how have we not trained a shark to jump out of the water and do whatever,
They've probably tried, but too many failed attempts and lost.
Too many
I
failed
blame
attempts.
SeaWorld.
Blood in the water.
Too much.
I was an old shark ranger back in the old days.
Probably too much paper.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Explain to families why their loved one is dead.
Yeah. Or missing.
You ever seen that
missing
Shark
limbs.
Piranha
Cannon.
movie with Christopher Lloyd?
Which piranha movie?
Yeah, there's this Piranha movie with Christopher Lloyd. Like he's gotten really old at this point, but his voice still stands out. He's like the white Morgan Freeman before Morgan Freeman. 'Cause Christopher Lloyd used to be in a lot of stuff. He used to be in a lot of stuff.
You know what's
Remember
funny?
Beastmaster?
It's funny you literally just said this because there's a movie on I think it's Netflix called Nobody, and it's got the guy that plays Better Call Saul, from
Oh yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's called
I can't remember
Nobody.
his name, but that movie
Now,
was pretty good.
the funny thing about it is his dad was like a hitman or something like back in the day or something. Whatever these guys were before, like I mean, they're like badasses. But the dad was Christopher Lloyd. I'm like, of all the people to see in a movie, like basically Better Call Saul is now John Wick, and then you have like literally John Wick's dad was Doc Brown from freaking Back to the Future. It's like, and the movie
Kinda
though
odd.
was freaking great.
You were about to see Rick and Morty. You were
Morty!
about to say Rick and
You gotta
Morty.
get Swifty.
Is the Szechuan sauce, Morty? 8 more
Watch
seasons.
it really happen.
The movie was great. I mean, it was a really good freaking movie. I would have never in a million years thought like watching Better Call Saul be it John Wick.
Yeah, I saw clips of it on like YouTube and TikTok enough to where I'm like, dang, I really gotta watch that movie.
No, it's a good movie. No, I watched it. No, it's good. But yeah, it's kind of like when you don't. It's almost like when Matt Damon played Jason Bourne, right?
Oh.
You go from like Good Will Hunting, and then you're thinking like, oh, this guy's gonna play like a badass now, and it was good, right? I mean, it was believable. But in the beginning, you're kind of
there
like,
was no woman in Bourne, right? In the first book, there was no woman who saved him, like in the movies. That's why do you think they killed her in the second movie? Because she wasn't supposed to exist. She wasn't there. They added her so there'd be sex.
gotta have a Jason Bourne sex.
I said Jason Bourne.
Gotta happen.
It can't be a spy thriller. It has to be a sexy spy thriller. because back then during the the first Born movie that was in the 90s, right? So they had Bond was coming back. They had Austin Powers. So you couldn't have a spy movie back then unless you made a sexy one. Remember the GoldenEye?
It was that one was
You talking about
older.
with a Holly Berry in it?
Yeah.
like 7 Days to Die or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It was pretty good.
There was so much talk.
Miss
There was so
Moneypenny.
much. There was so much talk when they had the Holly Berry one that they were going to do a spin-off with her because her name was Jax in the Bond movie, and they were going to do a spin-off of her, but that never even happened. But
She went on
yeah.
to Catwoman.
Yeah, she went off to do Catwoman and stuff like that. But yeah, that was.
Don't forget Gothica. Oh man, remember Gothica?
Oh,
Do you ever see that
Gothica,
one?
yeah. I do remember that one. But yeah, that was
Robert Downey Jr. was in that one. Robert Downey Jr.
I love
Yeah,
you
yeah.
3000.
There's a guy. I love you 3000.
We got Marvel freaking here.
Oh, okay.
I'm also a Stark, Michael.
I just remember. You ever remember the movie The House Guest with Sinbad?
Mm.
There was a so
Sorry,
what
I'm too
happened?
young.
What happened? Yeah, I know it's a little. So what happened in that movie? There was this kid. He kind of like more resembled kind of like a Vanilla Ice type character back in that day, and Sinbad pretty much shows up to this house as a house guest, and this guy was kind of a douche, and he took him, and it was so funny because this guy would be all like, "I'm Audi 5000, I'm Audi 5000."
Oh man.
He'd always say that, and then one day that was Sinbad wanted to scare this guy, so he literally took him on the railroad tracks, put him in the car, and they're sitting in the car. I remember like the trains coming at him, and he was all freaking out. He was trying to like scare the piss out of this kid. It was funny. Someone he pee in his mouth though. Illinois. But anyway.
It's your...
But yeah, I just I'm Audi 5000. He'd be like, I'm Audi 5000 all the time. He'd
It's
say
his
that.
golden hour.
But it's his golden hours for his golden shower. So, all right. So obviously, this one here has been a pretty big theory for long times. The Denver International Airport is a secret headquarters for the Illuminati.
Because everything happens in Denver.
That was for Men in Black.
I've heard that one.
Yeah, all the murals and the architecture and the underground tunnels that is built around that place and stuff like that. But yeah, that was.
I always thought the
one.
secret place was the Vatican.
Probably still is.
Probably is just one warp zone.
Or
the Da Vinci Code.
All right.
There's no way that there's not something. Well, a lot of things that are.
Oh, there's definitely a secret underground vault, but no one's getting in there. You'd literally spark a religious war if you tried to get to certain parts of the Vatican.
Michael, we'll be fine. I'll teleport his bathroom.
Yeah.
You're going to teleport to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll find the secret bathroom. Be like, oh yeah, it gets the most security.
Well, depending on where you are in the Vatican, they don't have modern plumbing in some of those places, so you probably end up stepping in a bucket.
Yeah, I'll be in the security room. We'll be fine.
I'm going to picture Christian teleports to a prehistoric bathroom, basically, into he's standing in a bucket going, what the hell? Man, it stinks here.
This is the land before time.
Oh man! Speaking of which, have you ever seen Land of the Lost?
I think.
No. Land of the Lost? No. I'm gonna forward you guys a link when this is over because I tell you what, they don't make stuff like they used to, man.
No, they
remake stuff all the time. You ever see Bringing Down the House? It's like the Sinbad movie, but a woman's the main character. A woman's Sinbad. It's Queen Latifah, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Steve Martin's the host.
Yep. Oh God. Mm-hmm. So speaking of, you're talking about vaults. Mount Rushmore contains a secret vault holding U.S. treasures and documents. Fact or fiction?
That's a new one.
I'll say fact just to get it wrong.
I'm sure it used to be a fact, but I'm sure they moved it once it became popularized.
So it's more like a time capsule with historical documents, not hidden treasure. So it is a fact. So just the time capsule, basically, right? The heck?
What?
Chemtrails are a secret government program to control the population. Fact or fiction?
Facts.
They actually tried that. Do you remember when they put people on those hallucinogenics to try to see if they could control them?
Yes, Snoop Dogg.
That was Project MK Ultra. Yeah,
Stephen King put a spotlight
LSD.
on that.
Yeah, they gave everybody LSD because apparently LSD is called the truth drug. and they also tried. To
Have you
use
ever
that
seen
for
Firestarter?
control.
Yeah, I've seen Firestarter. Yeah.
That sounds very, very.
That book really drew a spotlight to that whole program because it did happen, but it wasn't really well known because they didn't popularize it.
So let's see. Finland does not exist, and it is a fabrication by global powers.
Finland.
That's like the one now that I've seen where everyone thinks Australia doesn't exist. Stupid.
That reminds me of Jay's Silent Bob. The CLIT is real. No, it's a female orgasm that doesn't exist.
You right.
It says that obviously it's a fact conspiracy. It's a crazy conspiracy, but clearly not. But clearly nonsense. Clearly nonsense.
For now.
Yeah, nonsense.
So aliens built the pyramids. Fact.
I'm saying fact because we know what they're about to say on the other end, Sean.
You watch too much Stargate.
Too much Stargate.
You never seen Stargate SG-1?
Yeah, I've seen it.
There you go. X-Files. There you go.
Yeah, I never really got into X-Files, but I did watch Stargate.
X-Files, dude. I never got into Stargate, but I love
X-Force.
The only show that I got into when I was a kid,
That
was like Stargate, was a show called Andromeda. Just because my grandma used to watch it.
Oh
so
my God, you
always
watched
watch
Andromeda?
Dude, when I was a kid, I used to watch it all the time. It was great. I don't remember a whole lot of it.
Wow.
I used to love watching that.
Babylon 5 was good too.
I don't think I ever watched that one.
I think you literally just asked.
man.
Did you ask me the other day, Michael, if I watched that show?
It is the best sci-fi show that ever came around. It kicked Star Trek's ass. When Kirk was going around sleeping with every color of the rainbow, Babylon 5 was actually deep diving into real sci-fi and philosophy and, problems that can only occur once mankind reaches space.
The reason why I liked X-Files is because since I was a kid, I've always been interested in like aliens and the paranormal and stuff like that. And X-Files.
DJ, did you have a real experience? Did you have like an out-of-body experience or something? I feel like there's a story there.
DJ secretly Doctor
Strange. I had
Strange.
an out-of-body experience? No, I've never had an out-of-body experience.
But nothing ever happened? Because usually someone that is really into the supernatural is like that because something happened when they were a kid.
I mean, I've experienced a lot of weird stuff in my house when I was a kid, living with my grandma.
Oh.
Which weirdly all stopped when I went, because I went to a Christian school from 6th grade to 12th grade. So when I started going to that school, was when I got saved. Of course, I'm not a perfect Christian, and I'm not trying to talk about religion. When I got saved and then got
the curse was broken.
Really, really weird. But when I got saved and when I got a freaking dream catcher, dude, all that weird stuff in my house stopped. It was the strangest thing. I can remember all of it vividly, stopping at that point in my life when I got the dream catcher and ended up getting saved. It was insane. Now, I've seen and experienced some stuff since then, but nothing. I've yet to see like an actual shadow person. I don't think I've ever caught an EVP. I have taken a photo at the St. Augustine graveyard, and some of the lore around that one graveyard where I took the picture was there was a little boy that haunts that graveyard. So it was on a guided tour, just walking around the city, a little ghost guided tour thing.
Was this St. Augustine?
St. Augustine in Florida on the East Coast.
I had an experience there.
And I took a picture, and I took pictures throughout the whole thing. So I probably had like 50, 60 photos that I took trying to catch something. And in that freaking one picture of
Did your camera go missing?
I had to zoom in all the way, and I was fine tooth and comb in every picture. Dude, I can't show you now, but I got a picture of the little boy peeking his head over a gravestone. 100%. I'm not lying.
Oh boy.
Not an edit, not nothing. I can't do none of that crap. I can't.
They don't like it when you take pictures, man.
So here's the best thing.
So I don't try to provoke either.
So
I have.
So we gotta let Sean talk. We're going too much on tangent.
Yeah.
When
I can talk about this all for hours.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, when I first started this show, obviously we did it on stereo. This is the first time we're doing it via video, and going to put it out the way we're putting it out. I'm gonna set the show up again, just like I did for the second time. We're gonna do it on the Halloween show. So, if you guys have anything like that, definitely bring it forward, because now obviously we do have visual. We can actually communicate. We can show stuff.
Yeah, I could send you the photo, dude, and you could blow it up.
Because this particular app that we're using now to put the show out, we can show all that stuff. I mean, it's real time. So No, that's definitely so. We're gonna do in October. We'll do a Halloween special. Put everything together. I mean, I got lots and lots. I mean, I grew up in a. I mean, you can go back and listen to my Halloween episode that I did on stereo, or it's actually but yeah, you can go back and actually listen to all that. But I tell all my experiences as a kid, what I lived through and stuff like that. Because I actually I lived in essentially I lived in a haunted neighborhood. It wasn't even a haunted house. I mean, the whole dang neighborhood was just what it was. It was back in the late 1800s. There was a mine disaster, and 17 bodies were entombed in this strip mine coal mine thing.
Oh
And
man.
it was obviously it's Illinois, so winter, everything froze, the ground thawed a little bit, flushed the mine, and they people drowned, right? They drowned underneath, and they weren't able to get out, and they weren't able to find the bodies to go back underneath, so these people were entombed. So that whole neighborhood just has the weirdest stuff going on in it. And I remember as a kid, I used to see so much crazy stuff. And then and I used to see the tigers, or I used to see these like demonic looking face things. And what happened was we moved back to that area. And what happened was my daughter started talking about the tigers in the window. And I'm like, not a tiger, right? So she started seeing things, saying things, and all that stuff. And the weirdest thing was you're talking about taking pictures. So I just we actually had hold on one second. So yeah, there we go. My sound was off a little bit. Did it sound more echoey before? Oh, okay. It sounded very echoey in my ears. So
Well, that's good for a scary story. You gotta have a bit of echo.
yeah. So there we were.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
yeah. So we took photos. It was actually my daughter's birthday, and we were taking photos of her opening her presents and stuff like that. And we happened to notice there, like it looked like orbs around her and in that area. So we thought, like, well, is that dust? Is it whatever? So
Orbs are kind of like it's
yeah,
it's probably dust.
Yeah, it could be
whatever,
dust. It could be anything. So what I did was turn all the lights off in the house, grab my camera, and start going around the whole house again. Now I'm just taking pictures of the whole house of nothing, right? And then that area of the house is the only area that showed orbs. Not the rest of the house. But there was this one specific orb, and I cannot find the picture, and it makes me. And I did send the picture. I had two pictures that I did send to the Taps, the Ghost Hunter guys. This has been Ghost Hunter was huge. I sent it to them. I got no feedback or anything from them ever.
But that sucks.
Yeah. But the thing is two things happened when we took these pictures. All the orbs that were in one of the pictures all turned to diamond shape. That was weird.
That's
right?
kind of odd.
So I lived in a town called Diamond. That was really weird. So that happened. Second, there was an orb that was just above the curtain rod, right? And you're using higher megapixel cameras now, right? I zoomed in on it. There was that tiger face in the orb.
Hell no, dude.
I was like, oh my god, that's the crap. When I was a kid, I used to see these orbs just kind of going around me like this, like when I was little, and they looked demonic to me. I mean, my kid called them tigers, but they're very demonic to me. But yeah, no, I tell the stories and all that stuff in my original thing, but we're gonna definitely do an October. We're doing Halloween.
The scariest
we'll do a
thing
Halloween
is
special. What's up?
Yeah, when that happens to you, were there ever places when you wander around that town, some places were unnaturally cold even when it was hot?
Yeah, there is. It's that whole. I swear I would love to see like Taps literally go out there, the Ghost Hunter guys, like literally go out there and set up shop and do that whole neighborhood. Like it's
that'd be pretty cool.
So like, there's this one kid that I knew growing up. He tried to tell me they did an exorcism in his house or something like that. He used to tell us this stuff, right? So yeah, we're whatever, he's telling you all this stuff, and he's like, oh, we got all. And then later on, I'm in my 30s, and then I bump into this guy, and he starts talking about that same thing again. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring on the paperwork and everything like that, and show you the exorcism and all that stuff. And he's just going on and on and on to tell him about this. I mean, it's sad to say is this guy literally after not even like maybe a couple months after I talked to him, after I bumped into him again, He literally climbed to the top of a cellular tower and leaped
Oh,
off. And leaped off.
That's
Now
crazy.
his job was working on those towers, so he knew how to obviously climb the tower. But that was one of his jobs. But that was, I guess they didn't perform the exorcism well enough,
Probably not.
unfortunately.
oh man.
No 5G ghosts.
But
We got
But
way
it's
off.
like that
5G
scene,
ghost.
it's like that scene in Oh Wow. You ever see Casper when the dude the priest goes into the house, he comes back with his head on backwards. Ghostbusters, who are you gonna call? Someone else.
way off topic, talking about ghosts and stuff.
Well, I mean, but yeah, no, that's something that we're gonna bring up now that we're doing this on video and stuff like that. But okay, so there is a secret group of time traveling lizard people controlling the world governments. Fact or fiction?
I'll say fiction, just to be honest.
Remember, this does
I thought it was that people had little parasites in their heads that told them what to do.
See, but the government doesn't like Lizard Squad.
This
I
exists
thought
as
that
a
was the
theory.
conspiracy.
But the government does not like Lizard Squad anyway.
This
Huh?
this exists as a theory thanks to infamous David Icke. Elvis Presley is still alive and living incognito in a small town with Tupac.
Do anyone see any unique individuals with a BBB, bacon, and peanut butter and banana sandwich? I repeat. Let me stop.
I don't know about that one. I think it's a theory. I don't know if it's fact. I feel like if he truly was alive, he'd probably actually.
Well, there's actually when it surfaced on TikTok, it's been going around where there's a specific singer out there is Elvis.
Really?
But then they're trying to like say that the guys the birth dates and stuff don't match up.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I forgot the guy's name, but they keep pointing him out. But the theory to it is that guy specifically attended the wedding at Graceland. So they're saying he's that's the only the anomaly. Now look, I used a big word and not trust whatever
good
it was.
job.
But so
Applause.
the anomaly, that particular that's what stuck out to basically for them to point out it was this guy. But again, I think his birth year doesn't match up to what they're trying to say.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it now. Yeah, the birthday was one thing that kind of debunked the whole theory.
So NASA is hiding the discovery of a second, smaller sun in our solar system. Fiction.
They're rock from the sun, baby.
I don't know about that one.
No basis.
I'll say
reality.
fact, but I don't know what we were talking
Never heard
about
that one,
because I
but
couldn't hear us.
Has anyone ever seen Escape to Witch Mountain?
I've heard of it.
Ever see
With
that movie?
Dwayne Johnson?
I probably
That's one of my.
Heard of it. Stop.
Oh, dude, that was the bad remake.
Oh,
The
okay.
original
Well,
made in the 70s is much better.
I've seen the rock version.
We've all seen the rock version.
Basically, in the original one, these two kids find out they're aliens because the only thing they have from their parents is a little box, and on that box is a bunch of planets with two suns in the middle.
Phone home, Michael.
Pretty good movie.
Phone home.
So Bigfoot is an interdismissal or
interdimensional.
Something like that.
There we go. Okay, so he's sitting behind the computer screen. We're in the same.
I thought Bigfoot was doing porn.
I thought he was doing Rick and Morty.
He's got cooking videos on YouTube.
Yeah. Interdimensional being explaining why we can't catch him. Fact or fiction?
So
gotta catch them all.
There's probably a lot of fact behind that, but I gave up on the whole Bigfoot thing because of all the hundreds of thousands of stories of hunters seeing him. You're a hunter with a big gun, multiple guns, and you're telling me that no one has had the balls to unload everything that they've had to drop one of those son of a bitches and actually prove that he's real? But here's the twist to that. If somebody actually has, no one's gonna hear about it because they're gonna cover it up. If that's true, but that's why I gave up on Bigfoot, because I don't know. There's too many stories from hunters and being out in the woods and people seeing it, and not one person's like, I'm gonna unload the shit out of my weaponry to take it down. Like,
maybe it's because they have basic gun safety. Because I used to live in Maine, where people just unloaded guns wherever they wanted, and if you didn't wear orange, and sometimes even if you did wear orange, you were threatened to getting shot at any time.
Well, again, I was a hunter. Usually, most
There you
hunters
go.
have really good weapon control, gun control, like gun safety
Mhm.
aspects of their, firearms. Right? Anyone who owns a gun should know the basic concept of firearm safety and the whole nine. Guns don't kill people. People kill
Should,
guns, right?
yes.
So obviously, if you see something like that, you would think, okay, somebody's playing a prank. Maybe I shouldn't shoot that thing.
Mhm.
Be a person in costume. But if they legitimately think that it was a Bigfoot, and if it was me, I'm trying to put it down. If it's someone in a suit, well, sorry, it's on them. They effed up.
Poking that gunnership thing
And
out.
if it was me, I'd try and drop one. 100%. I would try to drop it. And
You
help
you
move
you ever
a
see
big
that
carcass,
kid
clear it.
from Where the Wild Things Are? That kid's going down.
Going around town.
Sorry,
Paul
he was in a suit. He was in a
Paul,
suit. Dude, Chris, you're bouncing around from one TV show to another faster than I am. That's a SpongeBob reference.
I do have ADHD. We all knew this.
So Paul McCartney died in 1966 and was replaced by a lookalike.
Ooh, that's a good one.
They said that the Paul is dead theory has been around for years.
So he's
I
a
can get
Jamie
behind
Foxx
that one.
now? Let me stop.
100%.
Jamie Foxx,
No.
right? That guy just came out of nowhere
All I'm
again,
saying
right?
is,
The Titanic never sank.
Oh my gosh.
The
I've-
Titanic never sank. It was swapped with its sister ship, the RMS Olympic, as part of an insurance scam.
Yes, I believe that.
I believe it just because it's
So what?
100%.
So what ship? Are we saying that the RMS Olympic is the one that's down at the bottom of the ocean that James Cameron keeps going to look at every other day?
Yep.
Okay.
They repainted
The only way that would be plausible is they would have had to retrofit both ships to have the name on the ship switched on each and every surface. And the crazy thing is with boats, you can see the name of the
just
person who made the boat or the name of the boat itself on a ton of different surfaces. Back then, people were very proprietary about the stuff they made. So you'd find names on almost every surface.
Right, but
It would have had to have been a really big deal.
The company that made these two ships, they were identical to each other. They were twin sister ships. So to be able to change or repaint the different names and rebadge them would be hardly an issue. And there's absolutely a chance that they could do it behind the backs of multiple people and do it out of sight, out of mind, and then sail the ship off and sink it and have.
Well, and then whoever did it would have had to have been a cold-hearted son of a witch because that was freaking a nightmare. Oof.
The captain, which I think, and you could probably look this up because if I remember correctly, the captain of the Titan, this whole theory ties in together that the captain that was on the ship was the guy in charge to try and get away from the fraud, and when he sank it, he wanted to go down with the boat because he knew what he.
I heard that.
Something to do.
I've
with
heard
like
something
he
like
knew
Wait,
that
the
he
captain survived? I thought the captain was supposed to go down with the ship.
He went down with the ship.
But the captain that was there wasn't just some unfortunate captain that decided to I'm going down with the boat. It was the guy that was trying to do the insurance fraud. He knew what he was doing was bad, so he decided to sink the ship. Because if he sunk the ship and everyone else found out, he would have went to prison for years and years, whatever it may have been.
Or who knows? Maybe he was silenced. Maybe someone silenced him.
He was silenced on the boat when it sank.
You know who wasn't silenced? Those guys that were just playing to the end with the violins. They were silent to the end.
I believe.
Yeah, they had a garrote wire hidden in the bow of the violin.
Yeah, that one's fact. I 100%.
I gotta say, man, being garroted seems to be a horrible way to go.
Out of all the theories, like that
garroted,
one is literally the most 100% could be factual. Sorry, I'm having a stroke.
All right, so we come to the end, guys. Acknowledging, here we go. I'd like to thank everybody for participating in the show here. Hopefully, we'll see you on the other side when I go to edit this thing to see if it, it all comes through the way it's supposed to. Anybody got anything? Michael, do you got anything you want to shout out?
Well, I'll tell you what. I can't wait for the Halloween episode. We'll definitely see you on the other side then. Get it? The other side.
Go.
Yeah.
I got friends on the other side.
So, DJ, you got anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to share with everybody?
I'm just, had fun. Thanks for having me on. It was nice meeting everybody else on here. Unfortunately, somebody had to leave, but yeah, I'm Ghost.
I like to shout out the BFA, the Bigfoot Synonymous, for
There you
everyone that's
go.
wanted to take a shot at that dude.
If anyone's watching this and is out in sections of the Appalachian Mountains hunting or wherever the Bigfoot is, take him out, please.
Take him out. Take
Shoot
him out. I think Christian looks like he's out looking for hood ornaments
He'll
and
pay you.
hubcaps in the parking
He'll pay
garage
you.
there. So, have you had any luck yet, Christian? Christian always looks like that guy that's part of the show that he's not supposed to be where he's supposed to be. It's like he's like in a remote location from a parking garage. It's like the David Letterman show. We got Christian in the garage. He's out to ask some questions and maybe steal some hubcaps.
He's looking
What's
around for a
happening?
good vantage point.
I'll be randomly in any spot next show. I promise you that easily.
Dude, that's awesome. Parking garage.
Next time I'll
Here we
be
go.
dinner.
Now, where are you? Are you in
Yes.
Orlando?
I'm
Are you in
Icon
Orlando?
Park,
He's in Orlando.
Ferris wheel.
Icon Park. There you go.
There you go.
Where are you going after this, Christian? What's
I
the
got a hot
plan?
date in the car.
Looks like
She's
he's
gonna
about to go
kill me
get
after
stuck
this.
on the
She'd be like, what?
You got a date in the car on this
Yep.
podcast?
Oh my god!
Wait a second. Wait a
Dude,
second.
she's
You
gonna
literally
punch
have a
those
date.
perfect teeth out.
You literally have somebody in the car
Yep.
waiting on you. Dude,
She's
bring her
gonna
out.
punch
Bring her
those
out.
teeth out.
Bring her out. We got to see this. This is what Christian's gonna do. He's gonna be the guy. He's gonna be the guy on location. Bring the date out. Let's.
I can feel with him because mine.
You got her in the back
Oh,
seat.
that's why she waited so long. Look at that car, man. She's not leaving a well off dude like that.
What car is that? What kind of car is it? Don't show your
If I was
license
on a
plate.
date in that car, I wouldn't get out. I wouldn't get at all.
This is hilarious.
I can feel with it because mine's texting me wondering when I'm gonna get home. So luckily,
That's-
I'm 10 minutes down the road.
That's
Yes.
funny.
Oh
So,
God, I'm the
anyway.
only person on this call that's single.
Single dragon.
Oh
scales the wagon.
man,
So, Christian,
there you go.
So, Christian, you got any shout outs?
Yes, I'm gonna shout out Buffalo Wild Wings for the wings I'm about to eat after this.
He's going to Buffalo
There we
Wild
go.
Wings. He's going to
B-dubs.
B-dubs.
B-dubs. Yeah, there we go. Isn't that like the only one closest to us besides what? Jacksonville?
No, there's one in Claremont
Oh,
actually.
there's a Buffalo Wild Wings in Claremont.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one in Claremont?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
God, is there one? There's one in one of the new squares in the Villages. There's one there.
They got one there too?
Yes. Yep.
Oh,
And
that's
they have a-
McCall's.
and
Do
they
you mean
have a-
McCall's?
No. B-dubs, and they have a world.
Oh,
Oh, the World of Beers over there in Brownwood. They closed the one
Yeah.
down in Spanish.
Did they really?
Yeah, that closed down.
Oh, that sucks.
Spanish is the poor villages. They couldn't.
Yes.
They couldn't have that.
There we go. So, we got that. Anybody got anything else to add before we put the awesome intro out here?
Love peace, chicken grease. Don't let you meatloaf.
You can all hang out for the intro,
It's
the
a
outro. Here we go.
Hang out for the intro. I like it.
Wicca, 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 wicca.